Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the MFSA's Digital Expo. We are really looking forward to hosting you today and to presenting to you and to provide you with a lot of information. The Digital Expo we did last year as well, and we are doing one again this year because it was so beneficial to our members. We are doing it on our Zoom platform. If you want to ask any questions, you can do it in the chat box. Load shedding and poor connectivity will affect your ability to join. The Digital Expo will be recorded, so if you want to show it to your staff or to your boss or to anyone else, you're more than welcome to do so. Please remember to be on mute, and then also make sure that your name is displayed correctly. And that is for all of the prizes that we are going to give away today. Let's see. Sorry, okay. So the MFSA, I want to tell you a little bit more about the MFSA and what we do. Our vision is to ensure a sustainable microfinance industry. That's why we are bringing all of our members together. We want to promote the interest of our members and the clients through advocacy, member interaction, and also development. We see this as members interacting and also developing our members. We are also feeling that our service providers are definitely contributing to this lovely interaction and also developing the people and the market. And that's why we are bringing everyone together. We are really so looking forward to providing you with information in order to make sure that we meet our mission. Our values is that we are professional, ethical, we care about our members, their clients, the society, and also the natural environment. In 2022, like you saw with those announcements, it was bring the actions, and we say dreams don't work unless you take action. And that is the reality. You can't, if you can dream it, you can do it, but there has to be action, putting action behind everything you do. We really saw the action in 2022. A lot of stuff was done. We also had a nice hybrid meeting where we saw our members again. And this time I'm not only presenting to you, and I can say that I've seen our service providers in the last month. So that was actually great to interact with our members and with our service providers once again. Bring the action. What have we done during this year? Just to give you a quick overview, we provided our members with assistance and guidance on desktop compliance audits, investigation, renewal of invoices, and renewal of certificates. And you would think the bottom two is not important, but we've seen major interaction with the NCR specifically with regards to that. We've even seen the NCR close blank accounts because the renewal certificates were not received. So guys, it's very important to interact with the association so we can assist you. Then we had a number of meetings and events with our members. It was all digital. We only had one hybrid session, and we had workshops where we spoke about current matters and what was important for our members. Our consolidated figures for attendance, we had 1,613 attendees, 637. YouTube views 1,939, and our average rating out of 5 was 4.5. So I know today there are members and non-members here, and I want you guys to really see that the association is bringing more to the table. We are providing you with information and with guidance that can really assist your business. Then we also have a website portal now where we offer you with different templates to assist you with compliance. We also have videos that assist you and your staff in order to remain compliant. There's the desktop compliance audits versus investigation video that is very interesting, affordability regulations on how to do it, debt counseling, statutory and annual compliance reporting, how to fill in those reports, debt collection, repayment, and debt enforcement, what is important, what you have to do, and then once again, debt counseling. Debt counseling is big. It is really big in the association. We are also now looking at developing a debt counseling manual with frequently asked questions. And then also we are very excited to see that a service provider will be presenting on a debt counseling solution specifically for microfinanciers. We are excited about this because this can be integrated with your system and can solve problems. Then we did consumer education campaigns in collaboration with the Credit Ombud, legal versus illegal credit, responsible lending, paying your credit and credit facility, SPAR, savings, Londoloza, debt counseling, financial equity, spring cleaning your financial household, and prevention is better than cure. We also received media coverage where the MFSA's name was there and also those of our members and stating that our members are compliant. 2023, we did announce the theme at the AGM, but it will be future forward, reconnecting, repositioning, and reinventing. And what we are doing today is we are reconnecting service providers with credit providers. We are reconnecting solutions. We are reinventing the wheel, thinking of innovative ways in order to keep our business and our industry sustainable. We are going to do a number of member outreaches in 2023. It's going to be physical, digital, and hybrid. We are going to do an event every quarter. We are going to do 1 hybrid sessions and 3 digital sessions. And we are going to have 5 in-person member catch-up meetings where we are going to visit you guys in Bloemfontein, Cape Town, Durban, Polokwane, and PE. If you want to have meetings with us in Gauteng, we are available and we can schedule that as well. Other meetings that we will be having is scheduled pre-recordings specifically focused on compliance. We've already identified a number of hot topics that we are going to guide you on. This will also be pre-recorded, and we actually want you guys, before you appoint someone, to play these videos to them so that they understand compliance and the importance thereof. So some of the videos will be aimed for the lower spectrum of staff, and some will be aimed for the CEOs and for the strategic planners in order to say, where are you going to take your business? We are going to touch on hot topics like compliance, debit check, debt counseling, debt collection, and things that are relevant within your business. We will have pre-recorded on-demand sessions. It will be launched every quarter, and there will be 8 in total. We are also looking at a compliance newsletter to update you every quarter on what was hard-hitting and relevant during that quarter. We are going to have specific writers that can assist you, and then we are also going to focus on our own internal research. It's going to be an economic impact assessment on the short-term and unsecured credit, and you will receive one every quarter. Communication, we will do communications, important updates, and we will share industry and compliance information that is on demand and the information that you have to receive. We will also upgrade our website a little bit more so that it is user-friendly and that our members can get even more information out of the website. We are really excited about 2023. Everything is planned out. We can't wait to meet with our members again. We want to provide you with more valuable information and also strategic information so that you can make strategic decisions about your businesses. So 2023, we are ready. If you're not moving forward, you're falling back. And we definitely want to move forward, future forward. That is why it is our theme. And we want to move forward with our members. And this session is specifically focused on connecting people. What is the purpose of the Digital Expo? So I had a discussion with Henny yesterday, and it's all about connections. We want to be solution focused. So with every problem that a credit provider has, a service provider probably has a solution. We are sitting here in the middle and we want to connect each other. We want a solution focused approach this year, bringing to you 22 service providers and solutions to address your current challenges for the daily business practices. So today you are going to hear problems, but stay on because you will also be hearing some solutions. This is the program. The first part of the program is insurance products and solutions, then debt management. Then we will move into consumer information reports, data and verification, debit check and payment solutions, additional business services like consulting from Timmy van der Gryp, Shurecard video, Basetsana management consulting presentation. Then we will also have a compliance session, services and solutions. Guys, I really want to recommend that you do stay on for all of the sessions. If you are not interested in some of the presentations, rather mute yourself and stop the video and, don't participate, but don't log off because there's very important information that I think needs to be heard. Then we are also going to have lucky draws, a number of lucky draws. We are almost giving away 10,000 Rand today. So if we put everything together, and every time that a new session starts, we are going to have a new poll that you have to enter to make sure that you are engaged. So what's going to happen is you will fill in your name in the poll and then you will enter the lucky draw. So complete the poll, complete the poll for us that's going to come up now, and then make sure that you enter the lucky draw. Sunay, is the poll going to come up now? Right. Yes. Thank you so much for entering. Now you are definitely part of this lucky draws, and we are going to start with part 1, insurance products and solutions. So the people participating here, the service providers are Aspis, Universal Insurance, and Groups are us. So first, let's go to Aspis, your valued partner. They bring the action. They've got you covered with credit life insurance, funeral insurance cover, beneficiary, also cash benefits. So Aspis has been part of the association for a number of years. They are definitely a trusted brand within the industry, and I know that a number of credit providers make use of Aspis as a service provider. So Aspis is also going to do a lucky draw, and let's see who the winner is. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about insurance before we go to the lucky draw. I think insurance is very important in your business. It's very important to make sure that credit providers, when they offer credit, do offer credit insurance as well. Aspis can tell you more about what they offer, how it works, the caps that are involved. I know the NCR is also investigating that a lot and looking at the compliance requirements with regards to insurance, what it costs, how it's charged, the documentation that goes with that. The association has also had a legal debate going on with the NCR, where we went to court because we weren't happy about the insurance rate. We have now received conversations where we are going to settle and make sure that the NCR reviews this based on an actuarial study. The NCR has ensured us that they are going to review it, that they are busy reviewing it. Research has been done, and we are just waiting the final outcome. So insurance is important in your business, making sure that you are covered a little bit more. So I'm seeing that I'm moving a little bit fast for everyone. So we are going to do the lucky draw. We are busy going to spin a wheel. The names are going to come up, and then we will choose a winner. I think in this session, we will also have Groups are us, that they will be doing a video, and then also Universal Insurance Administrators. So as you can see, a number of different service providers for this product. Okay, the gift voucher is 1,000 Rand, and let's see who is the winner. Danny. Congratulations, you are the winner of 1,000 Rand gift voucher by Aspis. Can you switch on your camera or raise your hand so that we can see your excited face? Congratulations, we are very happy for you. Remember to email admin@mfsa.net to redeem your prize. Next, we will have a video by Groups are us. They've joined the association about a year and a half ago. We've developed a very good relationship with them. They are also a good service provider within the association. Let's look at the video.
Welcome, and thank you for the opportunity to deliver our innovative solutions to you today. At Groups are us, we are your group insurance partner. We create value for your clients through our partnership with you. Our products consist of credit life cover and 2 types of funeral cover, which include voluntary funeral cover and standalone funeral cover. All products are linked to a rewards program to incentivize and add value to your client's life. How do we create such value? By giving your clients voluntary funeral cover with 4 options: rewards benefits and customer satisfaction. We have formal FSCA exemption for Section 13(1)(c) of the Fires Act, granted after extensive disclosure around our full business model to the regulator. A standalone funeral cover comes in a range of prices that are accessible online, affordable as it includes family members, and quick because of our simple application process. We are FIRES adherent, mass data compliant, and have full actuarial product analysis. Yes, there's more. We know that no two businesses are the same. Our products are not a one-size-fits-all. We match our products to best suit your business model. Our standard products consist of credit life cover and 2 types of funeral cover, which include voluntary funeral cover and standalone funeral cover. All products are linked to a rewards program to incentivize and add value to your client's life. Contact us and we will provide a 30-minute demonstration on our compliance, your income earning potential, and the substantial increased benefits available to your clients. Our customized products include group funeral administration, group benefits, white label products, and a customized rewards program. Thank you for this great opportunity. To partner with us or simply talk around best fit opportunities for your business, please contact us on the details provided below.
Great, thank you so much. As you saw the details, there's some familiar names of people that were in the industry and that you can associate with. So make sure that you contact them. So they also have 2 lucky draws. So we are going to do 2 spins and also a number of gift vouchers. So they just keep giving away. So let's spin the wheel and see who's the winner. Congratulations. You can now go shopping and I hope you spoil yourself and not your children or your colleagues. Congratulations. Thank you so much, Groups or Us, and we can do another spin. Yes, congratulations with your voucher as well from Groups or Us. I hope you spend it wisely, and maybe it can't even come at a better time because I know Takealot has also got Black Friday specials. But don't get blacklisted because of Black Friday. I know the NCR had an article like that this morning. Please remember to email admin@mfsa.net to redeem your prize, sponsored by Groups or Us. Next up is Universal Insurance, and we will have to look at a video with them. We know Universal Insurance for a while. They're always participants at our digital sessions, at our physical sessions, great supporters of the association, and we're supporters of all of our service providers as well. Familiar names there and a trusted brand. Thank you.
Protect your business through innovative insurance products for the microfinance industry. Universal Insurance Administrators strive to safeguard you from risks associated with life and death by offering unique products that will protect your business as well as add to your income. As your business partner, we provide you with the necessary business support, training and resources so that you can retain and grow a loyal customer base. We have been market leaders in the microfinance industry since 2007. with our IT integrations and systems giving us the competitive edge. Hundreds of businesses depend on our products to reduce their risk. We have successfully processed and settled more than 20,000 claims. We offer the following great products: Credit Life, Beneficiary Plan, Single and Family Funeral Products, Insurance Administration Services, as well as IT Integration Development. Let's take a quick look at each. Credit Life is specifically designed to cover the borrower's outstanding debt and pays out to the credit provider up to 100,000 Rand per policyholder. The beneficiary plan is an optional death benefit that pays out to the policyholder's nominated beneficiary up to 60,000 Rand per policyholder. We offer a structured family funeral plan with a variety of cover options available for individuals and families, including children, as well as extended family members. Additional options include a grocery benefit and a bonus savings benefit option. Our insurance administration services include risk mitigation, claims administration, FSCA compliance, customized product development, maintaining insurer relationship, data management, and much more. Our IT services include system integrations through an API, client reporting via our app, and client management software. Protect your microfinance business. Don't wait until it's too late. Call us today.
Thank you very much for that information. That was actually the first part of our insurance slot. So that actually went quite well. So we are making up a lot of time because I don't want to keep you guys too busy. When we go into our next part, that is debt management, we will be seeing network solutions, consumer friend, and Core Connect. We will also be having a presentation here, a presentation done by Scott van Staden, and he will give you some information. We really do look forward to this session as well, because it is very important to collect your debt, to manage your debt, to make sure that there is a solution. So firstly, let's watch a video of network collections.
Network Collections was established in 2016 with a management team that has over 40 years experience in recovery. With processes that are unique, it is no secret that Network Collections outperforms our competitors. We have a national footprint, and due to our contingency basis, that means no risk to you. You need to ask the question, why have you not contacted us already? Using our national footprint combined with TT1 as well as TT3 transactions on the DebiCheck platform, we achieve consistent payments within 60 days from handover. All handovers are electronic and no paperwork is required. Our relationship-driven approach allows for a reduced cost solution that rehabilitates and activates one of your business' biggest assets, your debtors book. With more than 500 agents countrywide, the methodology of personal contact with debtors rather than phoning or forcing approach, it is no wonder our success rate is above the rest. Our drive is to take your debtors book and turn your loss into a profit. We are affiliated with MFSA, ADRA, and the Council for Debt Collectors. With our national footprint, no debtors book is too big or too small. Allow us to activate your debtors book and turn your loss into a profit.
That's always something nice to hear, to turn your loss into a profit, because that's what everyone wants to hear. So thank you so much for that video, that presentation and the information. I'm sure our members can really benefit from this. So up next, we have a presentation from Scott van Staden from Consumer Friend and Core Connect, and they will be providing us with more information on their product and what they can do for the association, the industry, and our members. So welcome, Scott. We look forward to your presentation.
Thanks so much, Leonie. It's great to be here. Thanks, guys, for your time. I thought it's time to see a face now instead of just a video, I think, which will be great. So to start off, we're from the Upstream Group, and the Upstream Group consists of a number of companies, but the two we're going to speak about today are Consumer Friend and Core Connect Contact Center. And really we're talking about debt rehabilitation and debt collection under the segment, and really that's what the two companies do. Let me just have a look here if we can change the slides. There we go. And so really what we're talking about when we talk about debt reviews, and as I'm sure you all know, we're talking about that debt rehabilitation part of debt collection, and then obviously the traditional debt recovery. Let's just check if this is working. There we go. So really, we're going to talk about Consumer Friend first, and what we offer as far as debt review solutions go. Consumer Friend is an outsourced specialist when it comes to debt review. We're a multi-award-winning service provider. We offer personalized debt review solutions, unique collections methodologies, and managing, of course, the debtors and the strategies around how we collect under debt review. So really, we provide specialized support or outsourcing services within the debt review or debt rehabilitation industry. We offer compelling solutions and that are very unique to debt review and very different to the normal debt collections. Some of the benefits, obviously, for partnering with us, and you say, well, why would you do it? So if you think about yourselves as microfinance lenders or credit providers, as soon as you have to start doing the admin intensive side of debt review, you need to have legal people who understand debt review. You need to have finance people who are going to do the receipting. You need to have systems that manage this debt review process. You need to have a couple of staff, perhaps, who understand debt review. And obviously, through economies of scale, we have all of this. We, as Consumer Friend, live, breathe, eat, and sleep debt review. So, we have a team of professional, legal, financial, IT people. We've got a workforce of over 120 staff who on the operational side of debt review. We have our own custom-built, industry-leading systems that run that debt review process. As you know, debt reviews quite an admin and document legal intensive process. And so we have systems that are built specifically to run the debt review process, designed and developed here in South Africa for the South African market. What it brings for you guys is obviously we work on economies of scale, so it'll bring operational cost efficiencies for you because you don't need these specialized people now to run this headache of debt review for you. We also sell compliance. Debt review is very much about compliance. The NCR is always interested to make sure that, consumers being put first and looked after. So, throughout that whole debt review process, we're offering you absolute certainty and compliance that COBs are going out in the correct amount of time, proposals are responded to, and so forth. Through that process as well, there's stakeholder transparency. So our systems offer a few portals, one for the debt counselors, one for the consumers, and one for yourselves as the credit provider. So you can at any time log into the online portal, go and see where a consumer is in that debt review process, and the same for the debt counselors and for the consumers themselves. So very transparent. Here's just some of the clients that we work. You'll see it's a very broad range of clients that we work with, from banks to personal loans to retailers. With Woolworths, we've got credit card products, RCS, they have a range of products. So it's a very wide range of products that we work with, even Vodacom, who obviously mobile, incidental credit. So a very wide range of clients that we act on behalf of or who outsource the full debt review process to. Just as we were talking earlier, what do we actually offer? So, things like COBs being sent out within a few minutes, proposals reviewed, responses sent back to the debt counselor, also within 10, 15 minutes. We take care of the court NCT applications, making sure the debt counselors are sticking to their court dates, follow up if they're not. We look at reckless lending on your behalf. We try and resolve those or at least alert you to those beforehand, but we handle all the paperwork around that. And as I said, reckless lending handled by our team. So we have an entire team that just looks after reckless lending for you. Again, becomes quite complicated for you when you're a small lender, perhaps. Like I was talking about earlier, once the workflow has happened and it's under control, the next challenge is always around the debt review query side of things. And that could be from consumers, it could be from debt counselors. Consumers will often contact the credit provider. In this case, it would be us if it's outsourced to us directly to find out what's going on, why a payment's been missed, whatever the case is. And we have really 3 channels built into our systems. One is email, so we can receive the traditional emails and do queries with that. Calls, we have an entire contact center that just manage inbound calls and queries as and when needed. And then we have, as I mentioned, self-service, so portals for debt counselors and consumers, which are the main users of it, and yourselves as credit providers. And on those portals, which is really important, is that all the standard documentation that generally consumers and debt counselors want, things like statements, checking their balances, payments, and all the documents that go around the debt review process where they want to get a copy of something all sits within that portal and can be accessed. So that means lower phone calls, lower numbers of emails. And when we do get those queries, they're generally actual queries. Like I mentioned, we sell compliance, so compliance monitoring. So each step of the debt review process, including the workflow side, and all that activity is monitored. And the quality of what our staff are doing are monitored and QA'd or internally audited by one of our internal companies called Vault, who essentially are QA/internal audit company / department. And so that you know that everything that's happening during this debt review process is done well, obviously, by our trained staff, but is also QA'd by a team of experts. From a client reporting side, once you outsource to us, we kind of become the one-stop shop for your debt review, but we can provide back to you as the client any kind of reporting that you want. We have two types of reporting. One is using Power BI online live reporting, so you can see things like volumes of inflows of accounts, etc., live as it is during the month, but we also provide a monthly pack as well. And these can all be customized. We've got standard reporting, but obviously can all be customized to what you'd like to see as the credit provider yourself. Let's check what else have we got here. Just to touch on the information technology, you would have noticed in the first couple of slides with the group of companies, one of the companies in our group is called Slipstream Software Solutions. And the product that they essentially built and designed and built is called DREX, Debt Review Exchange. And that's the operational system that runs the whole of debt review. So Consumer Friend makes use of that system. Like we said, we've got over 200, actually closer to 300,000 consumers who've got access to that portal. 98% of registered DCs who are active actually use our portal. We have, I think last month, over 38,000 visits by DCs to our portal. So it just shows how well the uptake has been. And remembering that one visit by a DC could be 20, 30 queries at a time. So that's massive volumes of visiting to our portals to try and get documents and statements. Obviously, it creates operating cost efficiencies for us and for you. Obviously, it's secure and POPI compliant and all these exciting things, and keeps your data protected. So that's the consumer friend side. So if we look at it in kind of three phases, what do we offer? The first step would be the debt review side of things. So a full outsource of debt review. What Core Connect offers now is essentially a TDR offering, so which is terminated debt review or exit debt review. We have a few products, so that's the one product. And what that means is if you're outsourcing to us on the debt review side and that consumer exits out of the debt review process for non-payment, let's say 8610s or 88.3s out for non-payment, we can do a handover directly to Core Connect, who do what we call a specialized collection on that consumer, because he was a willing payer at one stage, and why has he stopped paying suddenly in his debt review process? Because we represent about 18 credit providers currently, we have the benefit of being able to see the view across an entire consumer's history of accounts. And so as an example, he may stop paying on 2 of his accounts, but still be paying on 2 of his other accounts. And we have sight of that, whereas you normally wouldn't get sight of that because you're only seeing your accounts. So that's that TDR specialized collection that we can do. Core Connect has access to Consumer Friends info, so we can see how that consumer behaved during the debt review process, and then tailor make our scripts when we speak to that consumer differently to your traditional collection, where you've got somebody who's just avoiding picking up the phone totally. So that's the one offering of Core Connect. Again, some of our clients, similar clients, and a few extra clients on here that are different. Again, there's about 16 or 17 clients that we represent currently. So again, superior debt collection services. We do a lot of data-driven strategies and collection methodologies that align to best practice. We have preview and predictive dialers. We integrate with various third-party systems. So we're using cutting-edge technology here to kind of either trace or get hold of consumers and do our collections. Again, we've got full reporting, and again through internal metrics, we build up our plans on how we're going to collect. Again, we can provide daily, weekly, monthly reporting, performance tracking. It can all be integrated via APIs or through files or through normal PDF kind of reporting, depending how you guys want to do that. We have an inbound contact center as well, where we either take inbound calls or emails. We can send out bulk statements again if there's plans to do that as well. Again, compliance, we're regulated and regulated by the Debt Collectors Act. We've got various ways of making sure that we're compliant. Again, that same team from Vault, risk team and quality assurance, make sure that our calls and data are all audited correctly. So just having a look at the full offering here then, we were speaking about the exit debt review, which was kind of the first product or lead on from what Consumer Friend offers, but we also do normal collections. So really we can do from first to fourth placement, which is going into your late stage collections and post write-off, exit debt review as well. So ultimately, as a group, as the upstream group, and between Consumer Friend and Core Connect, we can offer you a one-stop shop of debt review through to your exit debt review, your normal placement, as well as your late stage collections, all in one company or one group of companies, making it a lot more seamless and easy to collect. And thank you. That's it from my side.
Right. Thank you so much, Scott. So I think debt counseling, it is really something that the association is kept very busy with. And our members are struggling to keep up with all of the changes. The fact that the CIF, that's the Credit Industry Forum, is not functioning the way that it should, is making it a very difficult task that is very labor intensive. So why I'm very excited about this specific product is because we haven't seen anything similar to this in the industry, specifically for debt counseling. So guys, if you have debt counseling issues, make sure that you do contact Scott. They have a possible solution for your problem, and make sure that you interact with them and find out and set up meetings so that they can do a presentation and see how this can slot in with your business. So thank you very much, Scott. We really do appreciate it. And now we are going to do 2 Take-A-Lot vouchers from Consumer Friend and Core Connect. Right. Mbali, congratulations, Mbali. You are a winner. Remember to email admin@mfsa.net and we can spin the wheel again. So if you know who Desktop 1 is, Desktop 1, please email admin@mfsa.net to get your prize of R1,000 Take-A-Lot voucher. Congratulations, everyone. So we are a little bit ahead of our program. So we are going to do a fun element of the association. And then we are going to take a comfort break of about 15 minutes. So let's look at the fun element. Tell us how many differences you see on the screen. Type the correct answer in the chat box. The winner will receive a R250 voucher. The first person to answer correctly will be the winner, and you must email admin@mfsa.net. So look at the pictures, compare them, and spot the differences.
Hey, Bernard Olivier.
Bernard Olivier. Werner and Willie.
Banner,
Yes.
yeah.
And how many differences were there?
3.
3 differences. I saw people type 6 and I was like looking for the others. So obviously people are connecting. Congratulations, Werner. You are winning a 250 Rand Take a Lot voucher. Thank you so much. We are going to take a comfort break now. I'm going to extend it up. Well, let's make it up until 5 to 11. Then we will be back. Thank you, everyone.
I know it's hard to remember the people we used to be. It's even harder to picture that you're not here next to me. You say it's too late to make it, but is it too late to try? And in our time that you wasted, all of our bridges burned down. I wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the time's gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. All those fairy tales are full of it. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick. Oh, you turned your back on tomorrow, 'cause you forgot yesterday. I gave you my love to borrow, but you just gave it away. You can't expect me to be fine, I don't expect you to care. I know I've said it before, but all of our bridges burned down. I wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the time's gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, all those fairy tales are full of it. Yeah, now I'm at a payphone. You are the shadow to my light. Did you feel us? Another start, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see us alive? Where are you now? Where are you now? Where are you now? Was it all in a fantasy? Where are you now? Were you only imaginary? Where are you now? I could under the sea, under the sea.
Life's like a road that you travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. With a brave heart, free and lover soul, come ride with me to the distant shore. We won't hesitate to lay down garden days. There's not much time left to fade. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, well, I wanna drive it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, it's in my blood and it's all around. I love you now like I loved you then. This is the road and these are the haters. From Mozambique to those Memphis nights, the copper packs have been through his life. And knock me down back up again. You're in my blood, I'm not a lonely man. There's no road I can hold. The road's so rough, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. So we're surviving. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Woo. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway. I wanna ride it all night long. Yeah. If you're going my way, I wanna ride it all night long.
Let's go.
All night long.
into my thoughts. Can you promise we won't let go? All the things that I need, all the things that you need, you can make it feel so real. Cause you can't deny, you've blown my mind. When I touch your body, I feel I'm losing control. Cause you can't deny, you've blown my mind. When I see you, baby, I just don't wanna let go. When you gonna stop breaking my heart? I don't wanna be another one.
Welcome back, everyone. We are going to move in a very interesting session now, reports, data, and verification. But first, what we have to do is you have to enter for the lucky draw. So please remember to complete the poll via Zoom, stay online to find out if you are the lucky winner, and note that service provider delegates are not permitted to enter the lucky draw. So please fill in the poll. Thank you very much. So next up, we will be having a number of live presentations and then also pre-recorded videos. So let's listen to our first one from CPB Marina Short.
Good day, Microfinance South Africa members, partners and microlending industry. Apologies for a recorded session. I would have loved to be here today in person, but unfortunately I was called to something else. As this was important to me and very relevant to you guys, I thought I'd still share this via a recording presentation. We will be looking at the challenge at hand, and then as always, what is the solution and the opportunity. I'm Marina Short. I've met most of you somewhere along the line, and as you know, I'm always willing to share with the industry. And this is very important to me. I've spent quite a bit of time understanding this, and I think it's important that we go through this. So, what is the challenge? Microlenders have always been credit providers, right, in terms of the National Credit Act. Suddenly they've got a new title as well. They are now accountable institutions. Why? Because the FICA Act changed. So what was the change? Accountable institutions definition changed after we had the FATF MER report. And for those of you that doesn't know, the Financial Action Task Force, FATF MER Mutual Evaluation Report was done. And all credit providers included and exempted in terms of the National Credit Act will now be included. Microlenders will therefore have to comply with the FICA Act. So let's understand. Why did this change? What will be the impact on microlenders? When will this come into effect? How long will they have to comply? What if they don't comply? Who will be policing, regulating this? What additional steps does this entail practically? And what solutions is available in the market for this? So firstly, let's look at why did this change. The FATF Financial Action Task Team conducted an on-site evaluation in South Africa in November 2019. The report was released in October 21. COVID had a bit of a delaying impact, and South Africa were found non-compliant with the AML and CPF standards. So then the Omnibus Bill was passed, included changes to the definition of accountable institutions, and this will also now include all credit providers, including microlenders. What will the impact be on microlenders? Microlenders are credit providers, and all credit providers now need to ensure that they comply with the FICA Act. So when will this come into effect? We anticipate the changes to the definitions, that is definitions of what is accountable institutions, to be approved still in November, and will then become effective immediately. How long will they have to comply? Although the Act will be effective immediately, the regulations normally allows for a grace period to allow for implementation. What will happen if you don't comply? Non-compliance to the FIC Act can have dire consequences. Part of the changes recommended is that the board of the company and or senior management will be personally liable for non-compliance and can face fines, etc. So what additional steps does this entail practically? You're probably already doing what we call CIV, Customer Identification Verification, in terms of the National Credit Act, by obtaining ID, proof of address, payslips, etc. You will need to add additional steps aligned to a risk management compliance program that you will have to draft for your company. Customer due diligence, CDD, is the additional steps such as adverse media, PEPs, PIPs, sanction screening, etc. Remember, the FICA Act changed from a rules-based, which was a tick box effect, to a risk-based approach. You need to understand what the risks in your business is, make sure you've got a risk management compliance program, and that you then apply the risk mitigation checks or balances or solutions into your environment. So what solutions are available in the market for this, and how are we going to make sure that we comply with this? Firstly, you need to look at identification verification. So we normally get a person that applies online, walk into a shop, or there's a foot soldier broker out that will actually try and sign this person up. Firstly, you get the identification, which is, this is Marina, this is my ID number. And then secondly, very important, you have to verify, authenticate the identity. Then double check that this person is in fact the person that they say they are. And you're going to do that with one of a few mechanisms. And the mechanisms is going to be dependent on what channel is using. Is it face-to-face, non-face-to-face, online? And also what is the risk around this person. So you could check his ID, you can do facial recognition, you can link that back to Home Affairs, to his ID book, triangulation. You can look at a biometric or knowledge-based questions, or a physical identification and verification of the person standing in front of you. Very important to make sure you need to understand the risk around that. It's not just a tick box effect. Now that we have identified the person, because remember, the FIC Act is very clear. You may not engage a business relationship with a person unless you have done customer identification verification and customer due diligence. So prior to starting this relationship, you have to do this. You cannot continue with the relationship after this is done. So we will have to make sure, what do we do with the clients and customers that's already on your books, because you may not continue the relationship going forward. So there will have to be some sort of a remediation backdated. So now we've done the identity verification. The next step is to determine the risk. And the risk is, there's quite a few things that you need to do. We are already under the National Credit Act, probably looking at income, source of funds, address verification, look at bank statements. And I think the most important additional step that's going to come in is your anti-money laundering checks. So adverse media, sanction screening, PEPs, PIPs. We need to identify if the person that you're dealing with is in any way flagged as a high risk, and then additional due diligence will have to be done. Note that if this is picked up by the checks that is done, it has to be escalated to senior management to then make a decision on this person. So once we've identified the person, we've now determined the risk. It's normally going to be a low, medium, high risk, and you're going to then continue with the relationship, most probably, and when there's a challenge, there's a different process going to be. And then, very important as well, you will have to do continuous due diligence, depending on the risk. Low, medium, high risk will probably be every 2 years if they continue to be a client of you, or then on an annual, quarterly, monthly basis, depending on the classification. So, what do we do? What is the steps? Very important, firstly, is you need to draft your risk management compliance program. I know that some time has been spent on that previously, but it's very critical that that is the first step that must be done. Then you need to identify your risks. You need to implement your customer due diligence and enhance due diligence, and you need to build credible evidence proof that when you do get a FIC inspection, that you will actually be able to provide the proof. Online, we also have Alan Papachristos. He's our Senior Manager and Key Account Manager that specializes in KYC and AML solutions. He can assist you if there's any further questions. Book Tool, we find the solutions and the opportunities in the midst of the haze of compliance requirements. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Marina. I think this just shows you once again another compliance requirement. So compliance is becoming really, really hard work. So I want members to remember that they must stay up to date with the compliance requirements. It's very difficult for any business to stay up to date, but that's why you have the association. I actually just sent Marina a message to tell her that the association has to meet with them, and I know that there's other providers as well that can assist with this process. I think from our side, we will provide you with an update and see how we can get to a solution for our members. Taking everything into consideration, I think it's very important for the association to also speak to the DTI and to the NCR to say, all of these compliance requirements are becoming very labor intensive, and it costs a lot of money. And it is difficult for credit providers, specifically for the smaller guys just entering the market. So this will then also be addressed on a strategic level as well, to make sure that we understand what we have to comply with, and is it really, is it good for business, for all of the businesses to comply with this? Because what we are seeing now is that small credit providers has the same compliance requirements as large banks, and that does not seem to be sustainable. But thank you very much, Marina. Thank you for the presentation, and let's go into our next video, and that is the video of Credit AIS.
Africa has huge potential for upward class movement, but it is hampered by expensive debt, limited leveraging of community and social lending, as well as informal markets limits. This keeps many people from desired and deserved upward mobility. In addition, no easy, accessible, and affordable way exists to receive credit for small business owners who don't fit the FICO score to reach their financial goals. Over 200 million small and medium-sized enterprises in emerging markets lack adequate financing to thrive and grow. The majority cite lack of collateral and credit history, as well as business informality. Creditize provides access to credit for small businesses through the use of machine learning applied to alternative data. Our predictive insights help lenders to enhance their risk decisions, refine their provision overlay models based on statistically proven behavioral variables, and most importantly, expand their target credit universe by using non-traditional data to assess risk and predict future performance on businesses that have no credit track record, with an accuracy of over 86%. Visit our website www.creditize.com to schedule a demo today.
Thank you very much for that presentation. Thank you for the video. We really do appreciate it, and I think there is a number of solutions for our members in that video as well. Next, we are going to listen to a video of Sky QR. It's focusing on smart verification, and then they will also be doing a presentation.
In today's digital world, many sensitive and private documents are generated that require third-party validation. These include financial and account information, credit status, tertiary qualifications, and proof of residence. Unfortunately, criminals, using various methods, try to gain access to these documents for personal and financial gain. Industries affected by these cybercrimes include banks, payroll companies, law practices, and invoice issuers. At Sky QR, we have developed our unique digital signature solution that protects you and your personal information from being tampered with. Sky QR allows the issuers of all sensitive documents to add the Sky QR code to their digital and printed documents, thus safeguarding information in the process. Using the Sky QR mobile application, third parties can easily verify and authenticate your personal information. Contact us today to secure your documents.
Thank you so much. Now let's listen to the presentation and the solution that Kapish and his team can offer. Kapish and his team is new to the association, but we've done numerous interventions here and introduced them to our members, and our members are really finding a lot of benefit from their product. Welcome, Kapish. We look forward to your presentation. Maybe.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So I only have 20 minutes, so I'll just go straight into it. Basically, our company is called Sky QR, and we were founded in 2019. Our main goal was to solve document fraud and document validation within the industry. And what we did was we partnered with Capitec Bank to solve document fraud on their documents. Currently, the problem statement we're trying to solve is that there are lots of people who use bank statements as a form of validation for clients, and a lot of clients were adding fake details to documents such as incomes, fake names, fake account numbers, etc. These details were then sent to credit institutions, and loans were approved based on these fake documents. And then thereafter, the money would never be paid back. And that was the problem statement we had. To solve this, what we did was, at the point of the documents creation in the Capitec server, all the legitimate document details were stored into a Sky QR code, and this code was then placed onto the document. The details were placed on the document as normal, so that a normal person could read the document. What this meant was that when someone, like a credit institution, receives this document, they can use the Sky QR app to scan the QR code. The QR code would then display, or the phone would display the details within the QR code, so the original details of the document, and a user could then validate if a statement was correct or not based on the details presented on the phone versus the details presented on the document. And in this way, you can instantly validate documents. This is what it would look like in action. Someone sends you a statement to acquire a loan. One of your users would then take out their phone, download the Sky QR app, and scan the QR code. The QR code would display the details that should be on the document, and your user could verify the document. We currently have 4 methods of scanning documents. We have the mobile app, which is most used, the desktop application, which is available for businesses. We also have a web app and an API that is in testing, but it is not used as yet. I'd just like to give you a short demo of the desktop application so that you can see how a software works and how it can be beneficial for your company. So this is our desktop application. It's quite simple. There are a few options that you can use. You can scan from PDF, scan from your webcam. If you copy and paste, you can scan from your clipboard. You have a history of all the previous scans that you've done, and if you need any support or feedback. So I'll scan from PDF, and I'll just upload a statement. It then asks for a reference. The reference is just for admin purposes. At the end of the month, we'll give you a Excel spreadsheet, and we'll say that user X did a validation on a document with reference so-and-so, and what the result was. So in most instances, use the client ID number. And Capitex sets a 90-day expiry on Sky QR codes, just like most people use with bank statements. So the desktop app will still display the information stored on the QR code, but the mobile application will not. So on the left-hand side, you see the document as presented by a client, the bank statement, and on the right-hand side, you see the details stored within the QR code. Your user can now go and compare the details to validate the statement. So they would start with the name, which is Ms. Krishna Dreya, which is correct, the dates, which are correct, the account number, and the highest money in and the top 3 money out. And in this instance, it's 41 cents and 25 Rand, which is all correct. Your user would then mark this as valid. And again, it's just for your purposes at the end of the month. On your spreadsheet, it will say that this document was marked as valid. So the real power of the software comes from documents like this. At first glance, it's a very normal document, 7 pages, lots of transactions. It has a Capitex stamp. It has the QR code. Everything looks normal at first. And this was a document received by one of our clients. And when you start comparing, everything looks good. Ms. Sherry Swartz is the account holder. The dates are correct. The account number is correct. But what's interesting is the top 3 money in, because that usually relates to your salaries. And on the 25th of January, 2022, it says that the top 3 money in should have been 10,873 Rand. If you go to the 25th of January on the statement, it says that the amount was 30,873 Rand. So what this person has done was they increased their salary to 30,000 to get a higher loan for vehicle finance, etc. And they've altered this document in Photoshop or something similar and changed all the balances to look correct. Immediately you know that this document is now false, and you can go through your internal procedures to block this client and possibly open a fraud case against them. Your user would then mark this as invalid, and yes. So other types of documents that are quite common is when people take a QR from the internet and just try and pop it on a statement. The software will immediately pick up that it's not a valid Sky QR code and the document may be forged. So this is something that was from the internet, and as you can see, there's no result. You also have the instance where there's no QR code, and this software is searching for the QR code. It's not finding it. All Capitec documents have the Sky QR code on it now. And that is from 2020, the end of 2020. So if there's no Sky QR code on the image, then the document will be fraudulent. And yes, basically that is how we are solving the problem of document fraud on Capitec documents, and we are working with other banks to solve it on their documents as well. I'll just go through the history function quickly. Basically, this just allows you to export your previous statements and as an Excel file. You also have the option to export the actual results. So if you want to prove to your boss that you did the scan and you scanned Ms. Krishna Dreya and verified the statement, you can export this as a PDF. And if you go to documents and QR, you will find this in a PDF format. So in that way, you can prove that you did this. So yes, back to the presentation. This will have major benefits for your company if you use bank statements as a way to verify customers, because it will decrease fraud in your institution. You'll issue less loans, or you'll issue loans based on good documents instead of false documents. Your bad debts would decrease because, again, you have assurances on documents being real. And I think most importantly, it's efficiency. Currently, it takes either 3 to 7 days to receive a response from Capitec. If the document is valid or not. Now you can do it within 5 minutes. Currently, we have 3 major banks scanning Capitec documents because they issue loans to Capitec clients. We have big players in the vehicle finance industry like VW Financial Services, Wesbank, as you can see, African Bank, FNB, Standard Bank, and MFC are on board. We have microfinances like Capfin, Bayport, Wonga, and multiple other people using the software currently. And just from a cost point of view, the software is used solely on a pay-per-use model. So we charge R14.99 excluding VAT per bank statement scan, 99 cents excluding VAT for account confirmation and proof of payment. We also have an additional desktop application license fee of 95 Rand per month per active user. So if a user doesn't perform any scans on the desktop app, they won't be charged that for that month. And yes, you'll be invoiced at the end of the month for all the scans you do, and we can discuss a proof of concept period if anyone is interested. Just to kind of put the costing into perspective, the microfinancier here is Capfin. They scanned about 1,500 documents in a month, and it cost them about 20,000 Rand. They saved 1.5 million Rand in loans that would have been issued under false pretenses. We have a vehicle financier here. In 1 month, who scanned a similar amount of documents, 1,500 to 2,000, which cost them about 30,000 Rand, and they saved 30 million Rand in loans that would have been issued under false pretenses. As you can see, the cost here in blue does not even show on the scale. That's how little it is compared to the savings that you can find. One other important thing to note, if I just go back to the slide over here, is that SkyQR never sees any personal data. So all the client data is stored on this QR code physically and in the Capitec server itself. The only thing that comes through our app is public and private keys to open the QR code and some basic user data. So who scanned this document, which company, what type of document was scanned, and what the user result was, if it was valid or invalid. And basically that is how we have solved document fraud on Capitec documents. If anyone has any questions, you can email me, or if you would like to sign up, you can email me as well. And yes, I can take any questions now.
What a wonderful product. Thank you, Kapish. Everyone knows that, this is something that is a reality to our members. And, I think spending a little money to save you money is really a good thing. And as you can see, those cost allocations, it just explains it to you. And I know of our members that used it in the first week and there was a number of fraud. So I really think it is a very good product. And I'm telling my team now, I'm so excited about the way that everything is pitched. So this is the problem statement and this is the solution. And that's where we connect our members to solutions. So thank you so much, Kapish. I really appreciate the presentation. Guys, if you want more information on Kapish's product, please remember to contact him. Thank you so much, Kapish.
Thank you.
Up next, we are going to have a presentation from Cornay Fourie from Experian. As we know, Experian has been in the market for quite a while, so that it's a familiar name. Good service provider, great product, the importance of data we can't emphasize enough. Cornay, welcome. Sorry, I think you're still on mute.
Sorry, apologies. We were in a meeting until 11, so I don't know, you guys were a little bit ahead. So currently I was a little bit thrown out of my office and I'm sitting in a car, but like we say, traveling salespeople, we can do our job from anywhere. I think people understand that as well. Okay, so let me share mine quickly.
We can see it. Thank you.
Great stuff. Thank you, Leonie. Good morning, ladies and gents. From our side, I think everybody knows Experian, or most of you, the CompuScan days, or the collaboration between CompuScan and Experian that happened 3 years ago. The reason why I'm here today is specifically to speak about a current product that Experian currently offers in the middle to higher class of your credit providers in South Africa. But due to our cloud environment that we moved, we actually can, as of this year, present to you a product that we actually can go as far as the microlending industry. It's called currently, we call it in the short term as a PCCA, or in as most other clients will know it, is Power Curve. So in short, what Power Curve does, it actually gives you the ability at the end of the day to plug in everything that you currently use within your business into one cloud solution. Very short, very sweet, but it's more or less what it is. So instead of you having different solutions that you currently have and you have to plug in or use outside your system, you have the ability to do that specifically. One thing that actually stand out, which most of our members would know, is most of our clients are using LMS. And because they're using LMS, they will use, for instance, the bureau, the collections like debit check and insurance and so forth to plug into their LMS. This is not a replacement for your LMS. This is not something that you're going to replace your debit system for. This is the add-on value that you currently have, which has got API abilities for you to currently to progress to the next level. So currently, as you state, you have the specific journey from product, from acquisitions point of view, when you actually have a client in front of you to the day that you can actually collect. What Power Curve currently can do is it minimize that time for you, and it also have you the ability to actually plug in all different solutions that you currently have in it. Previously, with Power Curve, we had the junction as a software solution, and only your bigger institutions like your banks could actually offer the specific value of it, which made it very, very expensive, specifically for the broader audience that we have currently today. And it's actually we're not suited for it. But because it is now in a cloud environment, which I'll get to a little bit later as well, it also have the ability now for you to plug in different, like I said in the past, different solutions into it from various other data sets as well, because I know we've got the clients out there that's not just using us as example as a bureau, but can use other data sets to plug into it as well. So that optimize it very simple. It is a 24-hour solution, so it's not something that you actually, it's rendered while we are live or when our offices are open. And it's also API driven if it comes to the plug and play. The background on it is it's a software solution that was currently designed by the decisions. So this is where it initiated. But I'm going to actually go to the point, because we've got not a lot of time, to show you the differences between where it was and where we are currently. So on premises previously, we had to actually install software. For instance, if I might use an example, and I think Capitec won't mind, is the fact that we had to install and they had to pay for a software solution for all their solutions to plug into one central place where it optimized their credit cycle. Now, in the end, it is in the SaaS world or in a cloud environment, which is actually minimize the cost to the point that we don't have to ask any more software licensing for it, but only cost as per usage as when you use the system. So more or less what I explained just now, and sorry, Leon, I'm going a little bit quicker because it's actually a very, very, very simple solution. It's an integrated platform, like I explained to you. The self-package, we can actually give you a full solution on it, where you can actually plug anything in, or you can decide at the end of the day, you're only going to use partially of it. We got, for instance, clients which actually utilizing it for the purpose because they do have other solutions, like for instance, an LME solution, which they want to plug in as well, and from there on work on it. It's specifically also designed for clients that wants to broaden their journey by making it very simple if it comes to credit cycle solutions, or in the end of the day, if they have bigger branches out there where they have to have one thing. Previously or currently as well, We had solutions like, for instance, Codex that some of our clients and users are using. That is your decision matrix. Decision matrix becomes part of these, as well as your scorecard that you currently build. All gets actually plugged into it. So if you are actually looking for something that some clients will call, which is similar to what we would say a banking solution would be without a deposit taking, this is something more or less that we are speaking of in the same scenario. We have a full credit cycle solution in one system, which is actually very easy accessible. As an example, you have, for instance, your journey of the specific client, which is you can work through. And if you have, for instance, codexes, like I previously mentioned, which you can actually plug into, it can also give you a shorter decision than to go through it. Capicious actually, I'm glad he went through before me, because he actually made it easier for me to explain, because like with Capicious solution that he previously presented, you can actually use the same solutions that he has and plug it into our APR or our cloud solution. So one thing that's actually that we picked up in the software side that actually was a little bit of a nuisance for a lot of clients is when you do updates or changes because it is software related. Now you can actually put it into a sandbox solution where you can actually say, listen, I need to have changes within my solution that I want to do in my credit cycle and how the solution is going to probably work for you. But in the end of the day, when you are finished with your sandbox side, you can actually go to the live environment. Or if you're busy with the design or modifications of it, you can actually then execute it. As like any other front-end solutions, you have your reporting and your monitoring on it as well. And that's me. Thank you very much, Leonie.
Thank you very much, Cornay. You definitely proved that you can do anything from a car. So even screen sharing, presentation, everything. So that is a really good salesperson. Is there any questions for Cornay on his product? I don't see any hands. And guys, I want to remind you, if you have any questions during the presentation time, please raise your hand or chat, type it into the chat box so that we can engage with our members. Yes, so thank you so much, Cornay. I think once again, really an interesting presentation, and I think it worked actually quite well that SkyQR went before you. Next, we are going to listen to a video from TransUnion and then a presentation from Yashan Augustine. So thank you.
At a time when microfinancing is gaining traction, lenders need to score more consumers better. That requires replacing analytical complexity with a single, simplified solution to accelerate credit applications. Fraud prevention, risk evaluation, affordability assessment, and precise, personalized offers are the pillars of profitable lending. This enables you to better understand each consumer and make informed decisions so you can increase profitable microfinance acquisitions. Identify potential fraud at application with enhanced pre-screening and friction-right onboarding. Estimate income using trended credit data income estimators matched against real-time income predictive models. Assess risk with industry scores per loan-term product combined with alternative data scores for a holistic customer view. Evaluate ability to pay and determine eligibility for a range of offers, terms, and conditions. Successfully allocate the right product to the right customer at the right price. To learn more about how our data-driven solutions can help you lend more while mitigating risk, visit our website today.
Thank you so much. Up next, we have a presentation from Yashan Augustine. And thank you so much and welcome. We do look forward to your presentation. And guys, like I said, if you have any questions, type them in the chat box or raise your hand. Right, welcome.
Thanks, Leonie. Let me just make sure am I sharing on that side?
Yes, I can see you.
And I have forgotten to share my video, so just give me a sec. Let me get back into Zoom. just going to stop sharing and start video. All right. Well, good morning, everyone. And my name is Trishan Augustine. I am the Director of Credit Risk Solutions for TransUnion. And as you've just seen, TransUnion, we are really focused on delivering solutions and solving problems, using data. What I've prepared today for the forum is a thought leadership presentation, which we've titled Leveraging Customer Sentiment to Determine Consumer Needs. It's a little left field, because typically what we do is analyze many data lines and bring you, what the data tells us about the market. But in this presentation today, we'll be looking at an overview of actual consumer reported sentiments on their financial health. We'll be discussing the market perception on credit inclusion. And I think these are very relevant topics if you consider the microfinance industry. So as a start, what we basically did was went out and surveyed a large part of the population, or suitably sized sample. And we had a variety of different survey questions around customers' financial health. And we did this over the past month. And these are the results. So I'll just get into it. So starting with the consumer sentiment and household income changes over their past 3 months. And what we found is there's a good proportion of 36% of customers who had an increase in income. That was also followed by a large proportion of 44 who remained the same, with 19% decreased. We decided to unpack that a little further and getting into the top reasons for changes in income. And I've marked them based on color, with the orange representing a reduction in income and blue representing an increase in income. So we've got the impacts of COVID still very relevant, with consumers still losing jobs, wage and salary reductions, and closures of businesses in the SME space. But also what's really positive is we've seen customers being able to start new businesses, come out of that cycle, obtain increases, and start new jobs. So unpacking that a little further, what is the sentiment towards household income expectations over the next 12 months? So many consumers believe that they would have an increase in income, which is a really positive sign, and with only a small population believing that they would actually have an overall decrease. But on the flip side, we found that 36% of the survey sample felt that they would not be able to pay at least one of their bills or loans in full over the next 12 months. And obviously this raises an element of concern. And we thought it would be very important to understand, on those customers, how would they look at servicing their debts in full? In majority of the cases, customers would look at an injection of cash flow, using money from savings or paying less on their current obligation, or even borrowing money. There also was a need for additional credit, so refinancing and negotiating, taking out additional credit lines like personal loans, utilizing existing credit card balances, and then opening additional credit cards. So with that comes also opportunity, but potentially with risk at the same time. Going a little further, we then investigated, well, how did customers feel about being part of financial inclusion, which is obviously a very large topic in our market, and very important from where the microfinanciers really play in the thin file segment. And 92% believe that having access to credit and lending products is essential to achieving financial goals. However, only 42% of the sample believe that they currently have sufficient access to credit. And a very interesting statistic that we came up with was 64% of the sample did not intend to apply for new or refinance existing credit in the next year. And this was basically at the back end of, firstly, not having a sufficient income, or believing that they had the necessary credit portfolio to be able to qualify for that, or they didn't meet obligations from an employment perspective to qualify for additional credit. For 36% that did look to apply in the next 12 months, credit card and personal loans were the majority of that, with also some clients leaning towards home loans. So this is very interesting. And additional statistics for the customers who look to apply for loans in the next 12 months noted a 50% abandonment rate when applying for credit. And I've outlined the different reasons that we've summarized here. So initially cost was too high. They decided they no longer needed the credit, found alternative funding sources, income and employment statuses. But the important ones which I've outlined in orange is credit history. So customers believe they didn't have sufficient credit history or not enough. It's too much effort to apply. It takes too long to get a decision upon applying. Identity verification was a big topic. And lastly, do not know how to apply. So again, the whole theme of the education around why do you need credit? How do you go about getting credit? What does credit mean? Becomes really important on what we find in our survey. So, and obviously we can go into a lot more detail around these topics, but just in terms of recommendations, as you look to engage, I think it would be very important to have a credit education and awareness around what does credit mean for your customers, promote financial literacy, and in that way you will automatically earn loyalty with your customers. So you don't want to service a customer once. What we've seen is a return customer will have a higher probability of continuing paying the obligation and will remain with your organization for as long as possible, provided you provide a good customer experience. From an acquisition perspective, streamlining the entire onboarding process would be critical. So leveraging our digital onboarding solutions would be really key. And you'd have seen that in the video earlier. Smooth out any cumbersome processes. So don't make it hard for the customer to get credit. Be streamlined, very specific, meet regulation, and try to minimize abandonment by tedious process. Additionally, in terms of growing the book, you might want to look at identifying segments prime for prudent growth, such as utilizing predictive insights and data during times of uncertainty to determine customer behavior. You may also consider using trended data for the more thin file, lower end part of the market with not a lot of credit history in terms of assessing your risk appetite and lending to these customers. And lastly, just in terms of your managed side, you may want to relook at recalibrating pricing strategies, with customers noting that they will struggle to repay or potentially look at taking out additional lines of credit or consolidating. Do you have a solution in place that has the ability to cater for that but still remain profitable? Also, leverage solutions such as proactive triggers and alerts that the Bureau provides will also enable you to understand what your customers are actually doing outside your organization. So in my very short time today, that's my full presentation. So I haven't put out any specific products, but TransUnion has solutions for problems that affect the microfinance organization. And we have our digital onboarding solution, we've got trended data, we've got triggers and alerts. So I'm happy to take any additional questions, and feel free to reach out to me as well post the session, and happy to have more detailed discussions on any of these topics. Thank you, Leonie.
Thank you so much. It was a very informative presentation, definitely with a more research and consumer approach, and I think it's very important. I just want to say, from all of the presentations that I've seen now, Corneille, Capis, and from yourself, I think there is excellent service providers that can really provide our members with solutions to the problems or the difficulties that they have. Thank you so much for the presentation. Is there any questions specifically on this whole set? I don't see any hands. Maybe we are doing so good that we're answering all of the questions, but you can either email them to us as well. Sepati, yes, I see you've raised your hand.
Thank you very much, Leonie, and thank you for that presentation, Jashan. So I just wanted to find out, with TransUnion also looking at issues of credit reports, from the lower income segment, are you finding that those consumers are interrogated or have access to their consumer credit reports, where there are cases where they could then, those, if they've got incorrect information on their credit report, that could also impact on them getting credit, being approved for credit? Are you finding that? Or also, just to check, do you look at that income segment? Do you look at the income segment when you're looking at your customers? who request credit reports and so on? I'm not sure if my question is clear.
I think that's a very fair question. So at TransUnion, we've got a huge drive in two major segments. One is financial inclusion, and two is in small and medium enterprises. And what we're encouraging consumers directly, and we've offered this from last year for 18 months of free credit reports. So you do get an annual free credit report from TransUnion, but we've also pushing our customers to continuously check their credit, note improvements, provide recommendations on what they can do on their current state. So just for example, then their current score, to improve their current score. We've got a solution called Credit View, which is it was in market, but we're continuing to expand that. So we do drive the customer indication. We also work with partners like the larger banks who utilize our services as part of their platform, where customers can go in, get their scores for free, understand where it stands, provide them with necessary information to improve their score. So we're definitely looking at that, but we're also proactively addressing the, as we'd call, thin or young segment of the market. And we've actually termed it, we've just released a paper around 2 weeks ago around the underserved market. So these are customers who are at least 2 years on the bureau, but they're not fully served in terms of having a variety of different products. We spend a lot of time as understanding that base further and building alternate data models to be able to score better in that space, to provide solutions to those customers and allow organizations to utilize and consume that score to better understand those customers. So it's a very big focus for us, driving the inclusion. So yeah, Tivati, happy to connect, and even on LinkedIn if you want to have more information around that.
Thank you, Sipati, and thank you for the question, and thank you for the answer. Is there any additional questions that you have to any of the speakers, including Cornay and Kapish? I don't see anything. Thank you once again, everyone. Thank you for the presentation, information, and everything that you are providing the associations and our members with. Thank you so much. Next, we are going to move into our part 4, is our debit check and payment solutions part. We are going to have a Amplifin video, a UPay video, a Sure Systems video, and then also a MFSA fun element, followed by a nice body break again. So let's start with Amplifin. New name, new video, nice and fresh. Let's see what they have to offer.
Intercon was founded in 1995, which led to the development of the ALPS product suite. Through this, we have remained at the forefront of how payments and collections have developed from cash-based to digital methods over time in the South African payments industry. Our 21st birthday celebration provided us with an opportunity for introspection, signaling the beginning of our journey to revisit our brand, our business, and our purpose. The process provided an opportunity to solidify a clearer definition of the change and impact we can make, not just to the industry, but to society at large. Our new stake in the ground required a refreshed positioning, setting the foundation to link us, our people, our clients, stakeholders, and prospects with what we stand for, our purpose and our values, rather than just a product set. With that, our new name was born. The power to include the excluded. The power to simplify the complicated. The power to free locked potential. This is the power of financial technology. At Amplifin, we amplify this power in the payments ecosystem. We bring our formidable reputation and more than 2 decades of experience to amplify trust. We find unique solutions through collaboration to amplify simplicity and cost efficiency. And we use our robust technology platform, rapidly testing, adapting, and adopting to amplify the agility needed for better performance. All so that we can shape change and accomplishment for business, for people, and for society. Amplifin. amplifying the power of payments.
Right, there is the details of Amplifin. You are more than welcome to contact them if they can assist you with a solution on payments. Up next, we will be having a look at NewPay and Delta.
At NewPay and Delta, we are passionate about our customers and about their businesses. It has long been our philosophy that your success is our success. As time moves along, so the Altron FinTech solutions evolve and continue to develop. In our partnership with our customers, we uncover niche innovations that ensure that your systems perform better every day in DebiCheck, making you more successful in the management and collections of your credit. Our account managers continuously analyze statistics and conduct training on the DebiCheck platform to help improve your business success. Our Delta solutions offer you a configurable solution that caters for your unique business requirements. Amongst others, our solutions offer options in security, biometric access, paperless contracting, as well as automated and integrated insurance solutions that generate a continuous revenue stream for your business. Altron FinTech offers app-based DebiCheck processing, negating the requirement of a terminal for people on the move. An agent module can be used to originate credit, which is integrated to our WebFin system, as well as credit bureaus, payment systems, New Card, and of course, our New Cover insurance solutions. All these services can be accessed remotely through an application on your mobile device. Altron FinTech supplies one-stop solutions covering all aspects of credit in a turnkey solution for your business. We offer comprehensive training and guidance on Delta and NewPay solutions on ways to grow your business and drive efficiencies, with dedicated consultants and skilled employees from multiple support teams, as well as technical support staff ready to assist and support you. NewPay makes use of multiple acquiring banks and can accommodate your business through various channels, including a NewPay Direct channel, where we connect directly with the banking network to BankServe. We are here to take care of your processing and collections while assisting you to grow your business systems processes. As Altron companies, NewPay and Delta strive for a more sustainable industry for all. Ethical business practices are part of our group's core set of values, and we continuously take measures to drive this value within our industry, enabling you to optimize your collections. We have partnered with Dr. Roelof Botha and Gibbs economist Keith Lockwood to publish 2 quarterly reports that can assist you in making better business decisions. These are the Altron FinTech Short-Term Credit Impact (AFSCI) Index and the Altron FinTech Household Financial Resilience Index (AFRI), which are released on a quarterly basis. Links to these reports can be found on all our social media pages for your review. The various teams of people from NewPay and Delta are focused on customer service and delivering innovative solutions to assist you in growing your business. Our aim is to offer you solutions for small and large businesses that are tailor-made to suit your requirements and your pocket. We are passionate about your business and drive various solutions as combination packages or as single solutions to assist you in achieving success in your business.
Thank you very much. NewPay and Delta are also a very known brand to our members, to our credit providers, to the industry, and they also have 2 very nice lucky draws. So let's spin the wheel so that we can give out the NewPay new card of 500 Rand each. Congratulations to whoever is going to win it. Good, let's see. Daniel, Daniel, congratulations. Remember to email admin@mfsa.net to retrieve your prize. Let's do another spin. Congratulations, you won a 500 Rand new pay card. Remember to email admin@mfsa to retrieve your prize. Up next, we have a video of Sure Systems.
We've all seen a movie with two strong tough guys, each equipped with a baseball bat sent to collect money. Why not opt for one of the best solutions for collecting payments from your clients without the need of a couple of brawny goons? Managing recurring payments can be overwhelming. At Sure Systems, we've developed Sure Debit, a cost-effective payment solution for collecting money from your customers' bank accounts. It's safer, features a user-friendly interface, and works on any browser or mobile device. Sure Debit gives you easy and organized access to your client's payment information and is built for all transactional types of debit check currently available on the market, either face-to-face with your client using a card swipe machine or not face-to-face using a cell phone. Debit check is similar to a debit order payment system, but by requiring authentication, it's more secure and convenient, giving you and your customer peace of mind. Better yet, debit check collections are processed before EFT debit orders on a client's bank account. If you prefer something different, we also offer cash access cards, a simple and practical cashless payout solution for your business, as well as traditional EFT debit orders. Sure Debit also features an easy integration module with which you can manage your payments directly using your own custom designed software. With our latest technology and over 15 years of experience in payments, we pride ourselves on speed, quality of service, uptime, and reliability. At Sure Systems, our clients are our business partners. We understand the many challenges that startups and existing businesses may face. We strive to equip you with the necessary tools to grow your business and look forward to walking this journey with you.
Thank you very much. Sure Systems, also a very known brand to the association and our members and the industry, offering our members with a number of solutions. They are also sponsoring a very nice gift, a Take a Lot voucher. So of 500 Rand, that's why I'm saying we're giving out a lot of money this today. So let's spin the wheel and see who's the winner. Winner is Tembisile's iPhone. Congratulations, Tembisile. Remember to email admin@mfsa.net. So I think WellFit SA, you posed the question, would you like to, we would like to know how everyone feels about credit uptake in 2023 in general, and if load shedding is impacting any aspects of that credit uptake now. So I think that is something that the association will explore as well, because load shedding definitely has an influence of some of our members' offices, and that contributes to, you know, costs and the cost of actually functioning and being compliant. So I think it definitely has, from what I've heard from our members, an influence on businesses. Yes, so lucky draw entries will be at the beginning of each session, so remember to fill it in. And we are now going to end off with our fun session, and then we are going to have a 15-minute body break. So guess who's the actor by looking at the younger version? Type in the correct name in the chat box. The first person who's right will voucher and email admin@mfsa to redeem your prize. Guess who? Yo. So
whoa, that was fast. Sunel.
Sunel.
Yes, Sunel.
Congratulations, Sunel. Yes, I don't know how you did it, but congratulations. The answer is Will Smith. Great. So now we are going to have a break up until, let's do it, 18 minutes, 20 past 12. We look forward to welcoming you back. And in the next sessions, very interesting information, focusing a lot on compliance, what's happening with compliance, also Poppy Protection of Personal Information Act, Moonstone, Boschmare, Akiba, ACPAS, van der Grijp Consulting. So guys, stay tuned, take a 20-minute break and we'll see you later. Good.
See, it started at the park, used to chill after dark. Ooh, when you took my heart, that's when we fell apart. 'Cause we both know that love lasts forever. They say we're too young to get ourselves sprung. Oh, we didn't care, we made it very clear. And they also said that we couldn't last together. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You had me suicidal, suicidal. When you say it's over, dang, all these beautiful girls, they only wanna do you dirt. They'll have you suicidal, suicidal. When they say it's over, see, it's very divine. You're one of a kind, but you must shut my mind. You have to get declined, oh Lord. My baby's driving me crazy. It was back in '99, watching movies all the time. Oh, when I went away for doing my first crime, and I never thought that we was gonna see each other. And then I came out, mommy moved me down south. Oh, and I'm with my girl who I thought was my world. It came out to be that she wasn't the girl for me. You're way too beautiful, girl. That's why it'll never work. You had me suicidal, suicidal. When you say it's over, dang, all these beautiful girls, they only wanna do you dirt. They'll have you suicidal, suicidal. When they say it's over, see, it's very divine. You're one of a kind, but you must shut my mind. You have to get declined, oh Lord. My baby's driving me crazy. You ought to know, tonight is the night to let it go. Put on a show. I wanna see how you lose control. So leave it behind, 'cause we have a night to get away. So come on and fly with me as we make our great escape. So baby, don't worry, you are my only. You won't be lonely, even if the sky is falling
Robert's got a quick hand. He'll look around the room, he won't tell you his plan. He's got a rolled cigarette hanging out his mouth, he's that cowboy kid, yeah. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. Daddy works a long day. He be coming home late, and he's coming home late, and he's bringing me a surprise. 'Cause dinner's in the kitchen and it's packed in nice. I've waited for a long time, and this light in my hand is now a quick pull trigger. I reason in my cigarette and say your hair's on fire, you must have lost your wits, yeah. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, faster than my bullet. All the other kids with the pumped up kicks, you better run, outrun my gun. I know it's hard to remember the people we used to be. It's even harder to picture that you're not here next to me. You say it's too late to make it, but is it too late to try? And in our time that you wasted, all of our bridges burned down. I wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the time's gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, I would still be holding you like this. All those fairy tales are full of it. One more stupid love song, I'll be sick. Oh, you turned your back on tomorrow, 'cause you forgot yesterday. I give you my love to borrow, but you just gave it away. You can't expect me to be fine, I don't expect you to care. I know I've said it before, but all of our bridges burned down. I wasted my nights, you turned out the lights. Now I'm paralyzed, still stuck in that time when we called it love. But even the sun sets in paradise. I'm at a payphone trying to call home. All of my change I spent on you. Where have the time's gone, baby? It's all wrong. Where are the plans we made for two? If happy ever after did exist, all those fairy tales are full of it. Yeah, now I'm at a payphone.
Life's like a road that you travel on. There's one day here and the next day gone. Sometimes you bend, sometimes you stand, sometimes you turn your back to the wind. There's a world outside every darkened door where blues won't haunt you anymore. Where the brave are free and lovers soar. Come ride with me to the distant shore. If you don't hesitate to lay down garden days, there's not much time left to play. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. If you're going my way, well, I wanna drive it all night long. Through all these cities and all these towns, it's in my blood and it's all around. I love you now like I loved you then. This is the road and these are the hands. From Mozambique to those Memphis nights, the copper path of Vancouver's lights. And knock me down, back up again. You're in my blood, I'm not an older man. There's no road I can hold, the road's so wrong, this I know. I'll be there when the light comes in. Just tell me we're survivors. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Woo. If you're going my way, I wanna drive it all night long. Gimme, 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 yeah. Life is a highway, I wanna ride it all night long. Yeah. If you're going my way,
Let's go.
Welcome back, everyone. We are now heading to our final session of business services and solutions in our digital expo. Firstly, what I want you to do is, because we finished a little bit early, we came back a little bit early, I want us to go into the lucky draw entries. So make sure that you put in your name, because we have a number of lucky draws that we are going to dish out today. So what you do is you fill in the Zoom, stay online to find if you are a lucky winner, and note that service providers cannot participate in the lucky draws. Right. Thank you so much for everyone that has filled in. Like I said, we came back a little bit earlier. So I believe more people will, if they are logged in, they will just join the meeting in a couple of minutes. So up next, we are going to have a presentation from Batse Sanape Management Consulting, and Abel Pinaar will be talking about solutions for the industry. We are very familiar with Abel Pinaar, what he does, who he represents. He's also a known name at the NCR and also assisting the association specifically with regards to the Protection of Personal Information Act. So Abel, welcome. We look forward to your presentation.
Thank you, Leonie. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yeah. Can I put on my video for 1 minute? Or not 1 minute, 1 second? Is that okay before I start?
Please do.
Yeah, so at least people can see me. I'm going to just put it off now, but we'll start in a second. Thank you.
Right.
Okay. Just show me, tell me if you can see my screen. Just tell me if you can see my screen.
You see it, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it's again poppy time. Every now and then you hear about poppy. I think some of the people are sick of hearing about poppy, but it's not really going away. It's now you have to comply with some acts and things as well, all the acts actually. And it's this time again, but we hopefully will make it very interesting, and hopefully we can bring you, we know we have a solution for you as affordable and easy to use and simplified. All right, so poppy is really about the processing of personal information. I put the word identifiable in there because it's very important to know if you only have a name of a person, let's say Joe Smith, that's not really identifiable. It could be anybody. And it could be a female, it could be a male, it could be anybody. So as soon as you work with identifiable information, which you are, as soon as you link a name with an ID number or an address or email address, it becomes identifiable. And that's the type of information the Act wants to protect. Also, people are called data subjects in the Act, and it's important to know that because it's also natural as well as juristic people that's actually covered in the Act. Also, the POPIA is there really. Why is POPIA there? For privacy. You got a constitutional right for privacy, and that's why POPIA was there. And also, personal information is sometimes misused, and also there's identity fraud, because if you have a data breach, people will use that information to actually commit fraud, to apply for a loan, and do other things as well. and it's also to establish information regulator. So really in 2009, the bill was published, and in 2013, November, the law became a law. But only in 1 July 2021 became effective. So we're a bit more than a year now down the road. The regulator was actually appointed in 2016. And they're also growing the office at the moment. They also tweeted to say that in 1 July 2022, that time to be accommodative is now ending. So they want to now use the enforcement powers. What's important is also where you store information or where you process information. As soon as you maybe you have got some information in the cloud, you need to know where that information is. If it's going across border, you'll see in 2021, some of the countries like America didn't have any privacy legislation. All these countries in blue have got, and all the countries in red is pending. So in 2022, you'll see that even the United States now getting legislation, privacy legislation as well, overriding privacy legislation. So it's a worldwide phenomenon. And if you want to share information across border and do other things, you need to also be compliant as well. Also, you have the 8 conditions of lawful processing. You've heard about this as well. So yes, information security safeguards is always the one we will focus on very firstly, but you also have to comply with all the other conditions of lawful processing. Accountability means you should know what information you process and who's got access to that information. Processing limitation is really about making sure you only process information that's lawful and given the purpose that it's adequate, relevant, and not excessive. Purpose specification is all about making sure you can only process information if it's for an explicitly defined purpose, and also you can only retain information for a certain period. You'll also see that many of these things need policies and procedures, and that's why we'll see our names here, PySNOP and TPN together, because TPN is done the software and system for us with all the policies and all those things in. We've been doing it for 9 years, 10 years now. We've been implementing, so they're using all those things in there. So these all, you have to have some policies. We'll get to that just now as well. So further processing means you can only use information for a certain purpose, and then if you want to use it for another purpose, you have to get consent. You can't just use it for another purpose. Information quality is all about making sure that you make sure that information is complete, accurate, not misleading, and up to date. Openness, if you're collecting directly from a data subject, person, of course, you need to be open. Why are you collecting information? What are you going to do with that information? Are you going to transfer it to a third party? Security safeguards is really just about security safeguards, as it says. And then data subject participation means you're a data subject as well, of course, and your organization as well. And you can inquire from any organization what information they have and get it corrected or deleted if need be. It's also very important to register your information. Every organization needs an information officer, which will be the CEO, and to register it with the information regulator. As you can see, if you go to the website now, and the website says info regulator, you will see that there's this pop-up that comes up as well. So they urge you to register your information officers. All public and private bodies must do that. And we have also put a link in here. We also will give a handout. Also, the handout will be available afterwards. So you can just go to this link or this URL, and you can actually go to this where you register your information officer immediately. It takes about 10 to 15 minutes, and you have your certificate. And I believe many people haven't done this yet. So if it's one thing out of today that you can take home, is do this today or tomorrow. It's something that is a quick win. You have to do it anyway, and just get it done. Also, information officer responsibilities is to encourage compliance of POPIA, dealing with requests made to the organization in relation to POPIA, working with the regulator in relation to investigations, ensuring compliance by the organization of the provisions of POPIA. And also, what's important is, in 2018, this information officer responsibilities was added to also have a compliance framework. Also, have a personal information, do a personal information impact assessment. And this assessment is also in the system as well. We'll show you a bit later as well, a video, we'll show you that as well. All these things are actually built into the system, which is great. And then also have a PIA manual. A PIA manual is also a promotion to access information manual. And that's also in the system as well. So that's another act that the same regulator, information regulator, is also regulating. Also have internal measures developed together with adequate systems to process requests for information and do awareness sessions, conduct awareness sessions in the organization as well. Then also important is to have a compliance framework. We just said we have to have a compliance framework. This is a compliance framework, and the documents are in the system as well, in the TPN system. We call it TPN POPI portal. And what's important is, maybe you've seen this, maybe you haven't seen it, but this is a compliance framework that we've developed. And it's also really a focus on people. First of all, you have to focus on people, make sure they are trained, they're aware. Look at the process side. Process side is really the policy side. The personal information impact assessment is there as well as the technology side, making sure the information security is there, making sure that you are covered in the technology side. But also important is on the governance side to either at Exco, Manco, whoever information committee have information management as a discussion item. So if you have that as a discussion item, then at least you are also governing that. And also review and continuous monitoring, identify the gaps, action the gaps, audit implementation, assess the outcome, and continuous reporting means that you as an organization should actually then also have an action plan in place to do that. So I want to show you the system quickly.
The TPN POPI portal is a cloud-based platform tailor-made for you and your business to simplify compliance with the Protection of Personal Information Act. This easy-to-use platform takes you step-by-step through a personal information impact assessment, customized for your industry and all areas of your business. While completing the impact assessment, you will be asked relevant compliance questions, and your answers are saved for review or even for future reporting. Once completed, each process is given a risk-based rating which is color-coded to quickly show you your high, medium, and low-risk areas, so you can focus and prioritize your time where it is needed the most. You can record the items reviewed during meetings to remove some of the administrative burden of taking minutes. When completing the impact assessment, you are able to create action items and make notes to detail any decisions made or information that may be required at a later stage. These processes and actions can be assigned to specific team members within your organization. You are able to give those team members access to view and update impact assessment areas and actions as they are required. All action plans are visible on the specific process as well as on an easy-to-read summary page, which gives you a quick overview of items which have been logged, completed, or are awaiting action. The POPI portal includes all policies needed to ensure compliance with legislation and to help with the standardizing process using best practice principles to ensure your data is secure. Get the TPN POPI portal to conquer compliance today.
Okay, just in conclusion, really, your organization has to be compliant or has to demonstrate compliance. And how do you do that? It's through having a system, having policies, procedures in place, training your people. Also, the POPI portal, the TPN POPI portal is easy, affordable, and simplified, really. And also, really, it includes all the things we said already: personal impact assessment, policy, procedures, action plans. You can also go to this site, popi.tpn.co.za, for readiness assessment. That's for free. There's also the shop. You have to remember shop and TPN to buy that. We'll talk about it now. And then also you can contact us at info@bmcsa.co.za. And also if you put this code in MFSA, or just tell us the code MFSA 2022, we'll give you a 1 hour free consultation with myself on this as well, on POPI as well. And we also do awareness sessions and training and provide certificates. Also important, if you go to the shop.tpn.co.za, we click on other business types, and by this, in there, you just have to click on the business type. We'll just click on credit providers, and we have tailor-made it for credit providers. And that's it, my side.
Thank you so much, Abel. Like I said, POPI is always a very important part of compliance, and I think picking up on a couple of stuff, POPI, FIC, and you know what, it's just not that easy. So it's just not that easy to comply with all of these different compliance requirements. But thank you so much, Abel. We are familiar with the TPN product. We are familiar with what they do. So yes, thank you.
Can I say one more thing? Sorry, just one more thing.
Yes.
Okay. The price is about 1,100 Rand a year. People ask, why is it so cheap for getting all those things? And why it's cheap is not cheap. Why it's affordable is because we have volumes. If you have volumes on things, you can make a price much less, so it's really affordable. Okay, but that's all from my side. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Obel. I think for what you get, yes, it is affordable. Up next, we are going to do a lucky draw. So let's spin the wheel for a 500 Rand gift voucher. Oh, congratulations. Well done on winning that voucher, guys. Remember to email admin@MFSA to claim your vouchers. Yes, so I don't know, we are quite ahead of our program. So let's have a look at the Sure Card video, and then we are expecting more presentations depending on if everyone's ready.
We pride ourselves on knowing who our clients are and what they value most. That's why at SureCard, we never disregard your unique brand, but rather we strive to complement and elevate it. Allow us to accentuate your business with a dash of color and offer your clients a fully fledged bank account that not only adds value to your current service offering, but enriches their banking experiences. Together, we provide your clients with more than just a cash card. With an affordable Sure Card, they can use any ATM across the country, perform low-cost point-of-sale transactions with the latest tap-and-go functionality, all whilst receiving quality client service and support. With our powerful all-in-one products and platforms, you don't need to send your clients to a potential competitor for issuing bank account statements. Instead, gain their trust and strengthen your relationships by providing a variety of instant banking services right at your branch. Even better, SureCard offers enticing benefits that make it easier for your customers to switch, including free mobile banking for checking balances, paying beneficiaries, buying airtime or electricity, and so much more. Cardholders also receive a free grocery coupon booklet with savings up to the value of 400 Rand. And if you wish to include it, funeral cover for the cardholder. We take pride in your work and are committed to your success. Lower your risk, increase your income, and expand your brand potential. Let us add color to your life. Contact us today.
Thank you so much, SureCard, always a supporter of the association. What an informative video. We really do appreciate it. Up next, we are going to have a presentation from Timmy van der Gryp. So Timmy used to work for the NCR, and he really has important solutions for our members because he has insights into the regulator. So last time, Timmy advertised a basically like a desktop compliance audit that can be done within your business, but he's doing it as an outside party to basically warn you beforehand, before anything happens. So this year, Timmy has done it for members. He has implemented the system, and we actually want him to present this to our members, because what we are seeing is that specifically bigger credit providers and smaller ones are asking, will you just assess my office virtually, draw a couple of contracts, review it, and see what everything is about. And Timmy has the solution. So Timmy, before I share too much, welcome and thank you for your presentation. We really do look forward to it. Great. Timmy, are you on? I cannot hear Timmy. See. Timmy, I can't hear you, but I see you are in the meeting. Maybe log off and log on again. Yeah, now I can hear you.
Me?
Yes, here you are.
Oh, thank you. My signal is very bad. We had
we had load shedding until about 20 minutes ago. So I think everything is just starting up strange. Can you still hear me fine?
I can hear you. Thank you very much. Maybe speak up a little bit and then we can start.
Okay. Thank you, Sune. If you can put on the third slide for me. For the people that don't know me, I'm Timmy van der Gryp. I got a BProc and MBA. I've hold certifications in risk and sustainability management. I was a legal advisor at the NCR for 40 months, and I left at the end of March, and I started my own consultancy. Did over 200 official compliance monitoring exercises from large banks to micro lenders, debt review and general CP compliance, evaluated the NCR compliance reports, made recommendations on these reports, and attended hearings at the NCT for such a referral. So I really understand, the environment that you work in. I understand your business model. I understand where you're coming from. And for that reason, I have created a business excellence assurance program for the micro lender. Sune, if you can just go to the next slide. It is an independent, objective, and proactive internal credit provision audit to assess the ability of the microlender to comply with the provisions of the NCA during the normal day-to-day operations. It is a comprehensive audit plan memorandum that I developed while I was at the regulator and in conjunction with what the regulator looks at. And it's got 12 chapters that covers all credit provision in the business unit, 267 individual focus points relating to the National Credit Act, 127 NCA sections and regulations are checked, and the overall NCA risk maturity evaluation is done. I actually just finished one yesterday. I was busy with it for 2 days at quite a large microlender. Yeah, it was quite a good result. And I will now put the recommendations forward to them as to the things that they should be doing, what they should be looking at, and also, I think more important also, what is actually in order. Things that you don't have to spend time on, things that you don't have to bother with. So it's quite a good, and also it gives easily understood final reports and bespoke recommendations, very specific to your business. Now, if we can quickly just look at the chapters that are covered, it's staff training and credit agreement content, infrastructure and registration, annual reporting and consumer rights, credit bureaus and advertising, reckless lending and debt review, terminations and cost of credit. And when you look at all these, it gives you a 360-degree business excellence review as to where your business is currently standing with regards to full compliance, not only debt review, in every aspect of the National Credit Act and your business as well. Next slide for me, Sune. There's this 360-degree three-stage analysis. First, it's the micro-analysis. It's stage one, where individual items are audited and scored. It's a linear scoring system, so either you comply with the Act or you're not, so it's a 0 or a 1. Accurate hotspot identification and easy to identify the micro areas of non-compliance. Then we've got the red, amber, green classification in stage 2, where there's red, amber or green audit areas per chapter. It indicates broad areas of non-compliance. So it is much broader than stage 1. And then stage 3 is a macro weighting. Each of the chapters is weighed in terms of their importance with the NCR compliance monitoring. And that is the third stage then, after all the other stages have been looked at, to give you a macro identification of your overall risk maturity. Sune, if you can just move to the reporting one. Micro report for the supervisor, that's a 13-page report on each micro business area. And that is for the manager to know exactly, in which area of the Act there needs to be compliance. Then there's a broader chapter reporting. It's a 2-page report. I mean, we don't all want to sit and rummage through a 150-page report. That doesn't make any sense. So it's a simple 2-page report where it speaks about general standards of compliance across all operational and risk and administrative areas and all departments within there. And then the macro report, which is for the executive, it's a 1-page report that deals with the risk maturity and it highlights very, very specific areas that was found to be non-compliant, and specifically also areas that were compliant, that you don't have to include into your strategic plan for the next budget. If you can just, Sinead, go to the next slide. It's the targeted recommendations deals with operational areas, the 13-page report, tactical, the 2-page report, and the strategic is the 1-page report. So the reporting is very, very important, a very important part of the Business Excellence Assurance Program, because it helps you in all these areas. Flip for me the slide, Sune. Why partner with us? We are experts in NCA compliance, 360 compliance focus, reporting and recommendations, APM designed to simulate and mirror the NCR credit provider compliance monitoring. So we will look exactly at what the NCR will come and look at from a credit provider compliance as well as from a debt review side. We have the organizational know-how. We were part of developing that at the time. So, you know, we are the best partner for you when it comes to compliance. There's cost saving versus traditional firms. We have a pre-populated audit plan memorandum that gives you rapid and targeted reporting and recommendations. And we have various workflow options as well. We fit in with you. The assurance program at the moment is only online, so we don't intrude in your office. And also we can look at benchmarking, you know, with others, compliance audits that we did, and give you an idea as to where you stand. Now, also, when we have now finalized the audit, then you have access to solution programs that deal specifically with your business, deal specifically with the target areas, and it deals also with the micro and the macro remedial actions and control measures that needs to be implemented in your business. The foundation for it is the ISO 31000, long-term risk strategy implementation, and our recommendations is based on that ISO, and also then where there's training that is required for staff also, we also provide training. So thank you, Leonie. That is me. Just visit my website at Van der Gryp Consulting or VDGC.1. Visit my website. All the details are on there. You can make an appointment on there. You can contact me through there. So yeah, thank you very much for your time. Leonie, over to you.
Thank you so much, Timmy, and thank you for your time. I know you are a very busy man. I think compliance is at the heart of the business. And with compliance, we obviously face, you know, complicated problems. And I say, you know, to make sure that you are compliant beforehand is much better than to get an investigation or a desktop compliance by the NCR and then you have to pay back some money. So the cost of non-compliance is much more expensive than the cost of compliance. And I want to tell you guys that even for the smaller guys, this is really an affordable and a good product. So guys, if you have more information or you need more information, please make sure that you do contact me to assist you. So thank you so much, Timmy. I don't see any questions in the chat box at all. Next, we are going to have videos and information sessions about a number of service providers, including ACPAS. So let's see if we can look at ACPAS's video. Thank you so much for that video. ACPAS, we are also very familiar with what they do. So up now for a presentation, we are going to listen to Chris the vet, and he's going to talk to us and tell us the solutions. Welcome, Chris.
Hi guys, how are you?
Good, and you?
All right, thanks very much for giving us the opportunity to present today. I think you guys are doing a fabulous job at the MFSA, and I think for all the expos we've seen this year, and for the wonderful time we had at the AGM. I believe it was a great success. I'm going to quickly just do a small presentation on our online lending side and give you a little bit of information about how we obviously how we work in that space and what we can offer you as a product. So I'm going to share my screen with you now. If you could just let me know if you see it. Give me 1 second.
Right.
Do you see my screen?
No, not yet. Well, it's starting now. Chris started share screen. Yes, we can see it now.
Okay, perfect. So we're running a special at the moment where we will obviously offer you guys a website where there will be more than 5 pages that will give you to advertise your brand. We have an array of sliders that you guys can have a look at, where it is you can obviously go through that particular slider bars and have a look at what will suit your guys' product the best. I'm going to show you how obviously the lender will go through the borrowing phase, and how he will obviously pick the amount of money over the required amount of days that he wants to pay it back. Then he goes through a quick pre-vetting where he'll put in his ID number, and that ID number is run through about 17 different questions to check if he's sequestrated and if he's a person that can lend money. If he passes, he goes onto this phase where he will now do an application for the credit. I mean, these steps are a lot more customizable than what you actually think. We can obviously put in whatever fields need to be put in so that it will, suit your business model as it needs to. Email address, phone numbers, those things are very important, as throughout the phase of the client actually applying for the credit, there will be constant communication through to the client about where, what his contact details are for you guys, as well as account numbers, so that when he does apply for a second amount of credit, he's now not going to be required to complete the entire application process, but just log into his profile through the email verification that he got, or SMS with his account details, his login credentials, and he can then just obviously update the necessary information that needs to be updated to apply for credit. Things like paydays are very important, because this is the day you're going to be forwarding the money from the client's account. I'm not going to add a whole new employer. I'm just going to then obviously add a current employer and link to the client's profile, which is obviously an option that the client has on the onboarding phase as well. Again, affordability assessment that we're going to go through, where the client will now, follow the normal affordability steps. Obviously, these are guidelines that we've got from the NCR that we've obviously put in place, so that they are disclosing the correct information and you are making the correct decision when it comes to extending credit to the client at that stage. There's quite a few different phases that he'll go through now, that data fields that he could put in order to declare the correct amount of his expenses. And then he'll obviously put in his banking information, where he will now, obviously this is where you will forward the money from. Obviously bank information can be done through a bank verification check, which we have plugged in as well. And he needs to obviously then upload the necessary documentation, so you can do a proper vetting on him. These documentation, it can be any sort of file, Word doc, PDF, as well as a JPEG. So if he's taken a picture of anything on his cell phone, he can upload that as well. And these obviously you can customize these fields as well. Put in a proof of address, take out one of these files here, make it more one file. It's really up to you. Obviously, we plugged in with group size. We give them an option to opt into the insurance product, and then he'll go through a little bit of a phase where now he'll be logged into his account. I've set this up in automatic contract creation. So when the client completed the entire process, he will then obviously, his necessary details will rise into ACPAS. And this is obviously sort of to say the brains of the operation where the most of the decision making will take place. There's a couple of tools in order to make a business life a whole lot easier and to report on everything that you guys are doing. You'll see that there is a direct integration into our demo platform here, and there you can see Mr. Robert Green pops up. As you can see, it's almost a mirror image of what you've just seen now, and that you can then obviously go through the information of the client, do a proper vetting on him, and you can pull a full credit check on his name over here, where it will obviously save into the client's profile. He will now get a contract where he can go and sign. This is an online contract where he will obviously put in his signature, and it'll pre-populate into the necessary areas. You'll also see that the insurance contract will also populate, where he will now sign this as well. You know, making sure that he is obviously complying with what needs to be done when he goes into contract with you. Once he's signed everything, the debit check transaction will be set out with an SMS, and he will obviously accept that and authenticate it. And Bob's your uncle, completely paperless solution for all your online lending purposes. I hope that was intriguing enough for you guys to book a super demo with us. Thanks, Leonie.
Thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for the informative presentation. We really do appreciate it, once again, providing us with solutions. So Chris and them are also sponsoring a lucky draw. So let's spin the wheel and let's see who wins. 1,500 Rand. They are going big this year. Is Donovan Wright. Donovan, well done. 1,500 Rand. Congratulations. Remember to email us at admin@MFSA to retrieve your prize. Congratulations. So next we are going to listen to Akiba Digital. They are going to play a video, and then Daria Borges and Melissa Nair will be doing a presentation.
Lack of effective lending tools makes it difficult to lend to credit-worthy borrowers. The traditional credit bureau scores that lenders use is not based on real-time data, hence it offers an outdated risk preview. And a lengthy lending process introduces friction in the borrower user experience, which results in high application churn. At Akiba Digital, we use alternative data to unlock better financing for both lenders and borrowers.
Why does Akiba Digital exist? So the purpose of Akiba Digital is to make the SME and consumer financing process easier, faster, and informative. This is achieved by using alternative data to score, assess, and also to inform the loan origination process for all the lenders. This is achieved by enabling these lenders with the capability to extend credit to SMEs and consumers using Akiba Digital's artificial intelligence infrastructure. So some of the benefits of using our enterprise product is making lending decisions faster by using our automated scoring to make it easier for credit providers to make quicker lending decisions. The second benefit is reduce institutional bad debts. So Akiba Digital's robust scoring reduces default risk, especially within thin-filed credit SMEs and individuals. The other benefit is to remove human error. So we use what is called the OCR technology, which extracts bank statement data, analyzes and evaluates creditworthiness all automated and all within minutes.
Right, thank you very much. Now they are going to present to us about their product. Welcome, guys. We look forward to your presentation.
Thank you very much. Melissa, do you want to just share your screen quickly?
Hi, Dario. Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
Just a moment while it loads.
Right, we can see your presentation.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
I'll put it on slideshow. Okay, I think this is it.
Yep, perfect. Thank you very much. Thanks, Melissa. Just want to first start off by saying thank you to everyone for taking the time out of the day to join us for the presentation. So co-presenting with me today is Melissa. We are both client acquisition consultants at Akiba. I think just to start off and give a little bit of an introduction to the company, we are essentially a fintech that is focused on providing financial intelligence solutions and APIs. Our goal is to unlock financial opportunities for consumers, businesses, and society using alternative data. We're also focused on enabling lenders, banks, fintechs, and retailers to quickly extend credit, BNPL, cash advancements, using our lending as a service platform. I think it's also important to highlight that we make use of alternative data sets. Now, we do this in order to provide inclusive scoring that allow our lenders to score both people as well as small businesses that cannot necessarily be reached by your traditional credit bureaus. We also focus on assisting customers with regards to reducing their lending turnaround time. Now, we do this through the use of our technology, which will extract bank statement data, analyzes information, and evaluates the credit worthiness. Now, this process is fully automated within minutes. If you also just have a look at the image on the left, these are some of the key features that we look at addressing with regards to our alternative credit scoring. And how we essentially focus on assisting businesses. So we want to help businesses make lending decisions faster. We want to focus on reducing bad debts, and we want to remove the human error aspect. I think I'm just going to move on to Melissa, who's going to speak about more in detail about our web-based lending SaaS platform. Over to you, Melissa.
All right, thanks so much, Dario. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you've been enjoying the sessions so far. So just to carry over on what Dario was speaking about, our all-in-one lending origination web platform, it automates the loan application process. It predicts risks, it helps you to monitor your loan performance. So through all this, it includes an origination dashboard that shows lenders new applicants that come from the customized loan application process. And all this data will be captured through an embeddable widget, which can be plugged anywhere on your website. So it can be customized based on your different business models. So the no-code widget can be plugged, like I said, into the website, and then borrowers can then be verified using our selfie biometric system. As you can see here, this is an example of what the dashboard looks like. So with all of this, you have access to see
the total amount of borrowers at a time. So you can filter this just to see different times. So let's say you want to see your loan book performance in a month. You can be able to filter that and see the fluctuations throughout that period of time, and see the total loan amount that you have that are active. Also the average liquidity score for all your loans and the number of borrowers that you currently have. So through all of this, they are run through our plug and play APIs, which bring applications together in order to perform a designed function. So the first API that we use for scoring borrowers is the OCR. So this essentially stands for optical character recognition. So with this one, it allows you to extract bank statement data for easy analysis. So the bank statements can either be in the format of a PDF or PNG, which is an image, and we'll be able to extract and analyze that bank statement data for you. So with our OCR, the big advantage is we can be able to analyze thousands of bank statements within minutes and give them back to you. Our second API is the affordability API. So this calculates how much someone can afford. So this is done by looking at the inflows and outflows on their bank statements to be able to deduce how much the borrower can afford. Our next API is the risk scoring. So the risk scoring helps you score the risk of an individual or business borrower's ability to pay back the credit and also understand the likelihood of a default. The loan widget, like I said on the previous slide, it's essentially a chatbot that asks questions based on the information that you as a lender might require. So in the application process, all the required documents, you can then capture that data using the widget, and this can sit anywhere on your website. So if you look at the dashboard on the left-hand side, this is essentially an overview of what the widget would look like sitting on your website. You can customize it based on your business profile. Are you lending to individuals or businesses, or are you lending to both? So when they click get funded, they'll be able to you'll be able to access all that data that you need, and then we'll then score it for you. And then our last API is the biometric verification. So the biometric, it verifies the borrower, who would then be prompted to take a selfie and then upload their ID. So it then runs through the system in order to check for any anomalies within the ID and the selfie that the borrower will take. I'll bring it back to Dario just to let you know about the pricing and some of the value adds that we currently have.
Perfect. Thanks, Melissa. So if we just have a look here, we've got our pricing packages. So if we start off and we just look at the left there, we have a free trial. So essentially what this entails is that you can process up to 10 loan applications. You'll have access for up to 2 agents, and you'll have 9 to 5 online support. And then we move over and we have our starter pack. This is 4,899 Rand per month. With this feature, you'll be able to process up to 128 loan applications. You'll have access for up to 5 agents. In addition to the free trial, you have your bank statement fraud detection, as well as your borrower risk assessments. And then again, you'll have 9 to 5 online support. Then we move on to our most popular package, which is the growth package. This is 9,899 a month. You can process up to 272 loan applications. You'll have access up to 10 agents. Again, you'll have your bank statement fraud detection, your borrower risk assessments, and then in addition, you'll have your Kiba's alternative credit scoring, and I will shift over and you'll have 24/7 online support. Then we move on to our final package, which is Enterprise. Now, this is specifically customized to your business's preferences or needs. Therefore, the pricing will be dependent on what your organization wants. But this essentially is for lenders processing over 1,000 loan applications per month. You have unlimited access for your agents. You have everything that was discussed previously before in the growth package, plus additional features that you would specifically like for your business. And then you would have on-demand and on-site support. Melissa, we can just shift over to the value. Now move on to our additional value adds. So we have partnerships in place with TransUnion, Experian, XDS, as well as TPN. Now we can put you in touch with them and they can provide credit bureau reports for your company. Akiba Digital has also been working very hard to put in place credit bureau reports. So we can do that for your companies as well if need be. We are also able to integrate with various accounting software. So as you can see, we can integrate with both Xero as well as Sage Accounting. This will obviously allow for both collections as well as disbursements. Yeah, Melissa, we can move on. Now, these are some of our clients and partners. I think it's just important to highlight here that we do have NDAs in place to protect company information. And if you don't want to be featured on some of these presentations like we're having today, then obviously we will adhere to that. But these companies have given us permission to feature them today. So for example, if you look on the far left, we have our non-bank clients. So just to mention too, that's retail capital as well as merchant capital. Then we do have our banking clients, for example, ABSA as well as Rawbank. And then we have some enterprise partners, IBM as well as MFSA. Yeah, thank you, Melissa. Yeah, so I just want to say thank you to everyone for listening to our presentation. If you do have any questions or queries, please feel free to reach out to us. Our email addresses are on the bottom left. I think Melissa has also added a link to our landing page. So if you would like to see the services that we provide, please head on over to there. Thank you guys very much. Thank you for your time. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much for your presentation. We really do appreciate it. I think all of these products really focus on a solution. Akiba Digital, they are new to our industry, but they are definitely not familiar to us. We know what they do, and they are also they used to be a member of the association. And thank you so much for presenting today. So yes, up next we will be having a presentation by Bosch Maré, and Lizelle Skora will be presenting. So let's see what she has to say.
Hi, Leonie. Thank you. And thank you for the opportunity to present today. Good afternoon, everyone. For those who do not know me yet, I'm Lizelle Skora, and I'm a senior associate at Bosch Maré & Associates. Now, just before I start with, let me just share my screen. Just one moment. Right, just before I start with the presentation on the relevant topic today, I want to provide a short overview on Bosch Maré as a law firm. Oh, what is wrong here? There we go. Sorry, it's a bit of an issue here. So, in addition to the compliance services and solutions, we further specialize in the following areas: competition and consumer law, corporate and commercial law, including drafting and vetting of commercial agreements, civil and commercial litigation, as well as dispute resolution, criminal and matrimonial law, estate planning, wills and deceased estates. We all know that it's important to have one's financial affairs in order, so it's not always a pleasant topic, but it's necessary. Our specialists will assist clients in drafting a will and a comprehensive estate planning free of charge in the event that we are nominated as the executor of your estate. We then also do conveyancing and property law, which will include the transfer of properties, registration and cancellation of private mortgage bonds, as well as notary public services for those who want to get married and need an antenuptial contract or notarial deeds. Right, so moving on to our topic of compliance services and resolutions, the credit industry. I will address our services according to the predominant NCR departments. Right, so we assist clients with NCR registration applications when they want to register the business as a credit provider. We also then assist this newly registered client with its business startup after registration. Now, since Arno and I were both previously employed by the NCR, we've maintained a very good working relationship with the NCR, which is helpful when we liaise with the NCR on behalf of credit providers to obtain renewal invoices or renewal certificates. We then also assist clients with the voluntary deregistration process when they want or they decide to close down the business for whatever reason. Moving on to the NCR compliance side, we always advise our clients that prevention is better than cure. And it's therefore always better to be proactive to ensure that your business is compliant. So we assist clients with the compliance assessment of the entire business. We do that either on-site or via digital platforms. That can take the form of a compliance spot check or a dummy desktop compliance assessment, where we will draw a few credit agreements, we will identify any non-compliance, and then implement corrective measures. This will include, but it's not limited to, reviewing the credit agreements, verifying that the cost of credit is charged correctly, and whether the affordability assessment processes that are followed are compliant with the Act and regulations and is in accordance with your credit granting policy. If the client does not have a credit granting policy in place, we assist them with the drafting thereof, tailored according to their business. We then further provide compliance training for the managers and staff members if they require that. So when a client receives a request from the NCR to conduct the compliance assessment, we also assist clients from the inception of that matter. We will review the credit or the data that they submit to the NCR until they then receive the outcome, at which stage we can then draft the relevant response to the NCR's instruction letter and any and all other related correspondence for that matter. During the statutory reporting season, we also then assist clients with their compliance and assurance engagement. Now, the dreaded investigations, I think that is credit providers' worst nightmare. When a client is investigated, it's very important that they contact us to ensure that the correct procedures are followed during the investigation. We therefore then attend or assist clients with digital investigations, but I do note that the NCR is now doing on-site investigations again. So when you do get an investigation and they rock up at your business, give us a call and then we can just walk you through the process of what you need to do. Once the investigation is concluded, the NCR then usually refers the matter to the tribunal based on the contraventions that they find. In this instance, we will then draft opposing papers and negotiate settlements with the NCR on behalf of the client. If the matter is not capable of settling, we will then represent the client in the tribunal. Right, and then last but not least, on my side, any consumers that wishes to withdraw from debt review, we assist with those applications to court. That's obviously only when the consumer meets certain requirements in terms of the NCR withdrawal guidelines. Then if you want to contact us, please, there's our telephone numbers and our email addresses for any assistance or legal advice. Thank you, Leonie.
Thank you so much, Lizelle. I think it's so difficult to put into a presentation, what you guys do for the industry. The same with Moonstone and all of the other service providers, specifically when it goes with compliance. Like I said, the cost of non-compliance is much more expensive than the cost of compliance, because we always hear, oh, but the service providers are expensive. You know what? It's really, if you get a fine or you have to pay back money or they want to deregister you, that amount of stress and money costs you much more than to just know that you are compliant, get tested, look at your documents, make sure that everything is in place. Thank you so much, Lizelle. Is there any questions to Lizelle? I see nothing. Great. Thank you, Lizelle. Next, we are going to look at a Moonstone compliance video, and then Mika Whitehead will do a presentation for us.
Need to learn NCA on the move? How can Moonstone Business School of Excellence help? We offer 3 fun and interactive online courses, whether you are managing your own business, acting as a loan consultant or agent, or just need a quick refresher on the National Credit Act. All 3 courses highlight the importance and application of the NCA, specifically focusing on the obligations of credit providers as well as the rights and obligations of consumers. Our NCA courses are further packed with animated and presenter-led videos that keep students engaged with interactive functions for an enjoyable learning experience. After completion of the course and the final assessment, participants will also receive a certificate issued by Moonstone Business School of Excellence. It's important to remember that all credit providers who enter into a credit agreement must comply with the provisions of the NCA. This includes authorized agents. The Act specifically notes that a credit provider must ensure its employees or agents are trained on matters pertaining to the NCA. Know Your Credit Act with Moonstone.
Thank you so much. That's the information of Moonstone, what they can offer you and how they can assist you to become compliant and remain compliant. So up next, we will be looking and hearing from Mika Whitehead, and she is also from Moonstone. Welcome, Mika.
Hi, Leonie. Thank you so much. And yeah, let me quickly see if I can get my screen share going. There we go. Maybe you can just confirm whether you are seeing my screen.
Yes, we can. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. Hi, everyone, and welcome to all the MFSA members. As Leonie said, I am Mika Whitehead, and I'm from Moonstone Compliance. So I'm quickly going to chat to you today of how we can hopefully make your lives a bit easier, and just providing you a background about who we are, what we do, and what offerings we have to provide you. Okay, great. So we are based in Stellenbosch, and we were established in 2002. We were originally created to provide outsourced compliance solutions to financial services providers, and we mainly focused on FIRES legislation as well as FICA compliance. Now, in the last 6 years, we actually started a dedicated department just to look at the regulation under the National Credit Act. So the question is, what do we bring to the table? So we've got, like I said, a dedicated National Credit Act service stream. And over the past few years, we've also had, we've built up quite a few good relationships with the MFSA as well as the National Credit Regulator. Now, our team currently consists of 4 individuals, and all of us come from a legal background. So we are familiar with working with legislation and the interpretation thereof. And therefore, we are quite confident with the knowledge, expertise, and skills to assist you. Now, we are it's very important for us also to provide a unique solution-based approach, which aims to help clients to comply according to their specific business and needs. Obviously, the Act, there's certain things we need to do, but we also need to see how we're going to apply to your specific business. Now, why is compliance important? Now, as we know, compliance is unfortunately not a nice to have. It is, if you're registered, you have to comply with the National Credit Act, and you have to ensure that you stay compliant. Now, Leonie, I think you said exactly what I wanted to say, that the cost of non-compliance is a lot more than the cost of compliance. Don't get caught off guard. And I think, Lizelle, you also mentioned it, rather get your compliance in order rather than being caught out and being when it's too late. So just another thing that I just want to emphasize is that compliance remains the responsibility of the credit provider. I think a lot of members have got loan management systems, which are obviously great, and hopefully, I know, makes your lives a lot easier. But if you are found to be non-compliant, you as a credit provider will be held responsible, and you cannot blame the loan management system or any other service provider, as the onus and responsibility lies with you. Now, just quickly to note that non-compliance can lead to any of the following. So firstly, if you're found to be non-compliant, the National Consumer Tribunal can declare that your agreements are reckless, and then the force and effect of those agreements can be suspended. And you can also further be asked to either repay or write off all rates and fees charged on those agreements. The tribunal can further also ask that you have to appoint an auditor to audit your entire book. And trust me when I say the costs of auditors are not cheap, and that cost will be for your account as well. The National Credit Regulator or the tribunal can also deregister you as a credit provider. And the Act further provides also that an administrative fine of the greater amount of either R1 million or 10% of your annual turnover can be charged towards you. So that is quite a large amount. So let's make sure that you guys stay compliant, that none of these these consequences will be applicable to you. So how can we help you? Okay, so we've just watched a video on our MBSE online course. Now the Moonstone Business School of Excellence, they spend a lot of time to get this really fun and interactive course. You can just look on our website and register for that. Please don't. You can do it on your own time. It's cell phone friendly, so you can even sit in the car, do it on your cell phone, and also get your certificate once you're finished. Then from Moonstone Compliance, we've got an ongoing compliance monitoring option. And this package we specifically designed for the MFSA members, and we call it the light option to make sure that we actually provide it at a reduced price and still offer you a very hands-on solution. Then the next one is our once-off services, where we assist you with your desktop audits, as well as the compilation of your annual statutory reports. Now, we'll be speaking about both of this shortly, and then also we can assist you with your National Credit Act registration. So if you want to register another company, or for some reason you have been deregistered and you want to re-register again, please do contact us. Now, all of these services, you're welcome to contact us for pricing, because we base our pricing and we custom it to your business and your needs. So for example, if you want to say, Mika, we only want the bare minimum, that's fine. Then we work out something that suits your budget and suits your needs. Okay, so I'm quickly going to show you what our ongoing compliance monitoring consists of. So like I said, this is a special option that we've designed for the MFSA members. Now that is a monthly retainer. So you pay a once-off amount per month, and that amount is fixed. We don't charge you extra, and the following is included. So once a quarter, I will have a meeting with you. We can either do it in Stellenbosch. I know lots of people are always looking for a reason to come visit the wine farms and have a meeting in Stellenbosch, but otherwise all our services can be rendered remotely via Teams or Zoom, so we can proceed on that in that way. So during these quarterly monitoring meetings, we'll be looking at your rates and fees and the affordability assessments. So during those meetings, you can also ask me questions, and we'll just make sure that you guys stay compliant and comply with the Act insofar as rates and fees and affordability and credit assessments are concerned. Once a year, we will further also help you with your completion of your annual compliance report and also submit that to the National Credit Regulator. We also assist with all the annexures, drafting everything, password protecting it, and also assisting your auditors or bookkeepers if they've got any questions and liaising with them in that respect. We also look at the submission of your Form 39. We check that it is in order, and we'll submit that to the NCR, and we'll also ensure that you don't miss those due dates. We also facilitate the annual registration renewal, and then also you've got email and telephone assistance. So anytime you can phone us and say, listen, I've got this quick question, or the NCR just knocked on my door, or this is not working, or how does this work again? You pick up the phone, you give me a call, and I can see how best I can help you. Okay, so that is our ongoing compliance monitoring option. Then our once-off packages. So the first one is specifically for guys who say, listen, we've been doing this for years. We know exactly what we're doing, but we hate admin and we hate doing our annual statutory reports. Or, for example, you forgot to give it in, you get a little reminder letter from the NCR, and now you suddenly need to jump and make sure you get those reports in within 10 business days. So you can contact us. We will assist you in the completion of your annual compliance report, as well as compiling and drafting all the supporting documents. We will also draft a template insurance engagement report. Now, this report needs to be signed off by your auditors or your bookkeepers. But as we know, they like working with figures and numbers and hate doing compliance. So we try to make their lives a bit easier and provide them with a draft that they can also contact us if they've got any questions. So like I said, we can communicate with your auditors and assist them as well. And then we can also submit everything on your behalf to the NCR. And if they've got any questions, they are welcome to contact us and we will deal with it on your behalf. Then our second once-off option is our NCR desktop audits. So I think like Lizelle also said, the worst nightmare is if you guys are selected for a desktop audit or for any other type of, or the NCR stops in front of your office. So if that happens and you are selected for a desktop audit, you're also welcome to contact us. What we do is we'll also facilitate the entire process from the start until it's finalized. And we will also review all your documents. So before we provide everything to the NCR, we will do a proper mini desktop audit and just let you know exactly where the possible issues are or possible non-compliance is. We will then also submit everything on your behalf to the NCR. And if necessary, we'll also respond to the NCR's instructional letter. So that's also nice to know that we've got your back, if I can put it that way, and to make sure that we make this as little, causing as little stress as possible. So yes, I think that's the most important items I wanted to concentrate on today. Our contact details is on the screen. You're welcome to contact myself, Mika, or any one of my of the team members at Moonstone Compliance. You can give us an email or give us a call, and we can see how we can help you. So yeah, that's that from me. Thanks, Melanie.
Thank you. Is there any questions that you have for Mika? I think this is also, once again, very solution-based, once-off solutions where you have problems, they can address it together with Lizelle and them. So yes, if you want to contact them, please make sure, and if you don't have their details, you can contact the association. Thank you very much, Mika. We really do appreciate it. Right, next, and this is our last item of the day. We finished an hour early, and then we're going to have a fun element, and then we are closing down. So let's look at the MyGamax video.
Steam train souls from the city, we loan our bones from the grave. Suppose I never cared much, but who could be saved? Beware the wolves and snakes, wrapped up tight beneath the shade of a lonely one along the way out, who had no name. We tread a line in our own lane. It's a sit-down hallway, and I don't feel I know what hope is. What is this place? Take these things away from me, the useless bits I'll never need. Stop my breath so I'll be free. I won't stop till I've found you. 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 This pain and all your pity, you know you get your way. Suppose you never cared much, but who could be blamed? Beware the fools and fakes, trapped outside beneath the shame. I'm a lonely one along the way out, and I have no name. So take these things away from me, the useless bits I'll never need. Stop my breath so I'll be free. I won't stop till I've found you. 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 And you say, I go, act like I don't know you. Don't act like I don't know you. Say, how dare you call me like you owe me. Not only when you're lonely, 'cause it's not my curse to love you. But I won't stop till I found you. 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 I
much. Okay, I think sometimes it's a wild contact. Contact Micromax if you require any more information. Thank you so much for this great video. Yes, and let's go to our last and final item, fun ahead. Say how it works. Complete the famous movie line by identifying what was originally said. Type the correct answer in the chat box and you can win 250 voucher. Email admin@mfsa.net. So let's see. I am the king of the It's from Titanic. King of the world. Right.
The winner
is the
Savas.
I thought I saw Savas's name there. He's very quick to the keyboard warrior. Congratulations, Savas. And remember to email admin@mfsa.net. Ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our event. We want to thank you guys for attending. We want to really thank our service providers and really providing our members with these solutions for the problems they have in the industry. We are so glad that we can connect you to the industry, and we really do appreciate your participation and attendance. And thank you for the credit providers for staying on. Have a great afternoon. Thank you, everyone.